go at the Charmin Virginia Beach Oceanfront. This 3-day event features the Euland Shamrock Marathon, Anthem Shamrock Half Marathon, and Town Bank Shamrock 8K. Claim your spot before this epic event sells out at shamrockmarathon.com. That's shamrockmarathon.com. Monday! Welcome to the Morning Drive. This is your Fox Sports Update. In local basketball, Hampton Pirates upset Northeastern and move on to the UNCW in the CAA tournament. They beat Northeastern Huskies 70-65 behind George Beal Jr. and Noah Farrakhan tallying 22 points. In the NBA, Steph Curry reaches 25,000 career points as the Warriors topple the Pistons. Now, he reached the milestone during the third quarter of the Golden State Warriors' 115-110 victory over the Pistons on Saturday night. And NFL, we said it earlier, if you just wanted money, just say you wanted money. We talk about Myles Garrett as he agreed to a record contract extension. Get this. $123.5 million in guaranteed money, making him the highest paid non-quarterback player in NFL history. And lastly, Devontae Adams got a new home. We'll talk more on that. It's the Morning Drive with Johnny D. Powered by Coach Sports TV, Fox Sports 1310, 100.9 FM, and streaming live on YouTube at Coach Sports TV. Let's get to the show.
Broadcasting live from the OVM with Annie Mac Home Mortgage Studios. It's the Morning Drive with Johnny D. Powered by Cova Sports TV on Fox Sports 1310.
Yes, sir. Great to be with you. It is a Monday morning. It's an overreaction on a Monday. I think we just heard Suave groan a little bit. You know why? Day after daylight savings, man.
Yes.
It's always a little bit brutal, isn't it?
Yes, it is.
I gotta believe there are a lot of people today that are just going to be grumpy at work. I gotta believe it, right? Mm-hmm. I mean, I know for me, getting up this early in the morning, knowing what time it really is, certainly going to be grumpy. But we are good. We're great. Glad to be with you. J-Lo is here. Suave is here. The Morning Drive. Fox Sports 1310 AM, the Fox Sports 1310 app. A reminder, you can follow us on the X at Drive Johnny D, on Instagram on a Morning Drive Johnny D. And we are broadcasting live on YouTube this morning at Cova Sports TV. Hit that subscribe button. Hit that like button. So a lot to get into with the NFL. Obviously, the legal tampering period begins at 12:01 today. But we'll recap some of the busy moves yesterday. Because it's funny, I was on my way home driving last night in the car, and I kid you not, it was probably within a 2-hour period listening to ESPN radio where it was breaking news on top of breaking news on top of breaking news. And as Suave mentioned at the top of the hour, the Myles Garrett situation does not surprise me at all. And we talked about this, Suave, a couple of weeks ago when it first came out, that Myles Garrett requested a trade out of Cleveland because he wanted to be with a contender. And then you look at the contract situation, he's got no guaranteed money. And I think that's always what you have to point to when you see a superstar, a franchise type of player in the National Football League that wants out of their current situation. The first thing that I always look at is, what is their guaranteed money situation? And lo and behold, Myles Garrett, pretty simple, just wanted a little bit of a bag, and he got paid, a lot of money. But I know Commander fans this morning are a little bit disappointed. Be honest now, Suave. Did you truly believe the Commanders had a shot at getting Myles Garrett?
I know the draft picks is going to be the one that we talk about, but we had the money. And then the fact of the matter is we went by what you said. Myles Garrett said, I want to go to a contending team. Show of hands to anybody that's listening, that's watching. Do anybody really believe the Cleveland Browns have a shot? Now, not just the playoffs. Like, seriously, you say you want to go to a contending team. The Browns are not a contending team. You had a chance to go to the Eagles, who just won a Super Bowl. Go to Washington, who just conference championship. Go to Detroit, who's in the division championship. I mean, so what are you talking about? Why you just say I just wanted money? Just make it plain. I want money. I feel like I'm better than Max Crosby. I feel like I'm the best defensive player in the NFL. Just say that. Don't say I want to go to a contending team because everyone who's contending team going to reach out to you.
Yeah, but that's not the proper thing to say, Suave. You're not going to just go out and say, hey, I want to get the bag. I'll stay in Cleveland only to get the bag because that shows that you're playing for the wrong reasons, right? You're talking about Myles Garrett, who's probably, if not the best defensive player in the National Football League, one of the top 3, one of the top 5, no doubt about it. And look, no surprise that this comes after Max Crosby inks his deal, that at the current time it made him the highest paid non-quarterback in the National Football League. But nothing surprises me anymore because it's not about winning championships. He was not going to get that type of cash with a Philadelphia, with a Washington. It wasn't going to happen, right? He wasn't going to take that hometown discount, so to speak, just to be part of a contender. And how old is Myles Garrett anyway?
I think he's like 30.
Yeah, so you're talking about essentially, Suave, the last contract of his career.
He's 29.
This is it.
Yeah.
Right? So Cleveland, we want to make you a Brown for life. Just like, who was that? Joe Thomas, longtime offensive lineman for the Cleveland Browns. We want you to retire as a Cleveland Brown. So nothing surprised me whatsoever in seeing that Myles Garrett wants to stay in Cleveland. He is the face of Cleveland football, whatever that might be. So now they got to figure out their quarterback situation, what's going on the offensive side of the football. All right. So you had that news come down. And then you had the Davante Adams news come down, which, again, not a surprise. And I know a lot of people are sitting there on social media going, I don't understand. Free agency starts at now. Technically, Davante Adams, he was released. He was cut. So he's free to sign with whomever he chooses prior to the deadline at 12:01 today. Great move, I thought, by the Rams.
I did, too.
Absolutely tremendous move, I thought, by the Rams, who are sticking it to Cooper Kupp. I mean, obviously, he has burned that bridge. No doubt about it. He has burned that bridge, and you're going to bring in a Davante Adams, who is a veteran type of wide receiver who should fit in nicely with a Matthew Stafford and a Puka Nacua. So I think the Rams, before free agency even begun, when you look at those teams in the NFC, has got to be right up there with the Philadelphia Eagles, right? As far as how did they improve themselves so far in the offseason? Well, number one, they kept their quarterback. They had to pay him $50 million per, but they kept their quarterback, which was important for the Rams. And you're talking about continuity, number one. Oh, by the way, they gave their quarterback another weapon on the outside to go with one of the better young wide receivers in the NFL, in Davante Adams. So if you're looking at the pecking order right now, because we talked about this last week, what are teams in the NFC going to do to keep pace with the Philadelphia Eagles, who, without question, have the best front office in the National Football League? And if you're the Detroit Lions, you're up next, right? What are you going to do? And you're looking at the Green Bay Packers. Didn't look like they were even involved with DK Metcalf. I'll get to that in a second. But now if you're the LA Rams, who were very close to knocking off Philadelphia in Philadelphia during that snowstorm, you got better. You got better in the offseason already, and free agency has not begun. Right? And then you got the DK Metcalf going to the Pittsburgh Steelers. That's great. There's nobody to throw him the football. Figure that one out. Right? Yeah. Now, I don't know what Seattle is doing. I guess you got a brand new head coach who just came in there last year. They were on the doorstep of getting to the playoffs. Oh, by the way, Tyler Lockett, you're gone.
Yes.
DK Metcalf, you're gone.
Yes.
Oh, and by the way, Geno Smith, enjoyed you. You're heading to where? To the Raiders.
Las Vegas.
Yep.
And Pete Carroll. So not really sure what Seattle is doing, but DK Metcalf was a name that was kind of sprinkled out there with the Chargers, the Buffalo Bills, the Baltimore Ravens, and the guy got a bag too. What did he get, 150, 100 million?
150, yeah.
Yep.
$150 million deal.
5 years.
5 years, $150 million deal with the Pittsburgh Steelers, who will be interesting to see come today what they do at the quarterback position. Do you go back to a Russell Wilson? Do you look at a Justin Fields who wants to test the free agent market? So a flurry of news that comes down, and then all of a sudden the bomb, Josh Allen getting the contract extension for the Buffalo Bills, which was not surprised. He agrees to a new 6-year, $330 million deal, $250 million of which is guaranteed. because their cap situation was so bad in Buffalo. It was terrible in Buffalo. So it gives them a little bit of breathing room on the cap side of it. And you're talking about a quarterback, and we mentioned this, who signed a deal, 3 or 4 years ago, that the market had passed that deal already. Him and Patrick Mahomes.
Yeah.
They had signed those long-term deals, and he had ranked 14th in the National Football League as far as quarterbacks go. And no doubt about it, he is, without a doubt, the most deserving quarterback to be paid in the National Football League.
Absolutely.
Forget about Jalen Hurts.
Absolutely.
Love Jalen Hurts. Forget about Jalen Hurts. Him and Patrick Mahomes, without a doubt, should be the 2 highest paid quarterbacks in the National Football League. I got no problem. If Patty Mahomes signed a deal tomorrow to surpass Josh Allen, he deserves it. He deserves it. No doubt about it. The guy's got multiple Super Bowls, right? Multiple MVPs. He deserves it. But good for Josh Allen, who picks up a bag. And just kind of reading the article very quickly. Before the deal was reached, Allen had a scheduled cap hit of $44.73 million in 2025. Of that hit, 28.7 was already there at prorated bonuses paid out. This creates about $10 million or more in cap savings, which the Buffalo Bills badly needed because they were so bad with the salary cap situation. So yesterday, man, just a flurry of breaking news on Sunday afternoon, and we have yet to get to free agency. But it poses a question again, and we're going to talk it throughout the program today. By the way, the Tell 'em Count Talking text line will be open throughout the show today at 757-497-1310. Want to get your overreaction on a Monday, the best thing you saw for the weekend, the worst thing you saw for the weekend. We will get to that coming up here in a little bit. But free agency has not even begun. And the NFL has already won the week. They've already won the week.
Oh, yeah.
Forget about college basketball, which I love. And I'm looking forward to the ACC tournament this week, the Big Ten tournament this week, the SEC tournament this week. Over the weekend, phenomenal games over the weekend when you start talking about the mid-majors. Congratulations to ODU for a fantastic run in the Sun Belt. Came up a little bit short. JMU win or lose last night? I believe they lost last night. Did they?
They were losing last I checked.
Can we check on that? Can we effort that? Because I had turned it off. That game started late, and I turned it off right around halftime. I believe they were down.
Troy won by 19.
Yeah, Troy won by 19. Troy's good.
Oh, yeah.
So JMU is now out, but ODU made a nice little run, and a little bit of excitement, a little bit of optimism going into next year.
They
Good
need
work
to get
out of
rid
Mike
of that
Jones.
something about tournament part, though.
Nah.
People
love it.
Honestly, but I was talking about when I was with Richie, we were doing over the weekend. This is their first time they did it, and they did it back to back to back to back. You know, I was thinking about, okay, I understand back to back in NBA, but these players was playing literally back to back to back. And then you came against Troy, who had time to rest. Then here comes ODU, and honestly, just looking at the game, just hearing it, they were trying their hardest. Blatantly, 1 for 10 in the beginning of the game. It was like they were tired. So you got Troy, who is a really good team, coming to and ODU taking on, and you playing a team that they played 3-4 games. Come on, man!
Yeah,
like,
but
they get a break.
There's
or
something to be said about building that momentum, though. You play every day, and by the way, I think you should be playing every day, not to the extent that the Sun Belt has, but you should be playing every day. But there's something to be said about building the momentum instead of having a bye like JMU did all the way to the semifinals.
Exactly.
Then you have Troy, who got to play a game early. They got to build a little bit of momentum, get the rust off to play a JMU team who hadn't played in weeks. And they caught him at a bad time.
But I understand this is one of the few conference tournaments, though, that truly reward teams for the regular season. This is where I have a major problem when it comes to the NCAA tournament. You have got a regular season that consists of 25, 26, 27 games. You've got a conference schedule. I don't know off the top of my head. I'll just say 15, 16, 17 games, whatever it might be. Right? There has got to be a way to reward that team for a model of consistency from day one to the final game of the regular season. Sun Belt Tournament does it. If you are JMU or you are, who is it, South Alabama.
Which, by the way, South Alabama lost too.
Yeah, they lost. You should be rewarded for what you did over the course of 3 months by getting multiple buys going right into the semifinals. Okay? You do it in the ACC. I have not looked at the ACC bracket this morning. If we could effort that, that would be great. but I'm sure Duke and who else is up there?
So Duke, Louisville, Clemson, and Wake all have double buys.
They've all got the double bye situation in the ACC. So that is their way of rewarding them for what they have done in the regular season over the course of 3 months. And then you get an NC State, Suave, where last year Kevin Keatts should have been fired last year. See, I find this amazing on social media. All these people are shocked that Kevin Keatts at NC State was fired over the weekend after a abysmal season. They were one of the worst teams in the ACC. You forget last year he should have been fired.
Yeah,
he made a run.
Definitely.
He made a run in the ACC tournament. He won the ACC, made it to the NCAA, made a run in the NCAA, got to the Final Four. I don't know if he got a contract extension or not. He might have got a couple of year bump, but that's it. I still believe that there's got to be some way to reward that team for what they have done over the course of 3 months of the regular season. So part of me does like what the Sun Belt does. It's a gauntlet, man. If you have not taken care of business over a 3-month period, guess what? You're really going to have to earn it in the Sun Belt Conference tournament. Let me also bring up a point on something that really kind of chaps me on a Monday, and I do not understand this. I was watching last night Omaha taking on St. Thomas, the Tommies, which, what was that, the Summit League Championship, I believe it is.
Yes.
And if you get an opportunity, boys, and I know you probably did not know this, but take a look at the backstory of St. Thomas, the Tommies. The Tommies were actually a Division III school up until 2018 and 2019. They were so dominant in all their sports, their conference kicked them out.
Wow.
They said, you know what? You got to leave. Seriously.
Incredible.
You have got to leave. Now, granted, their enrollment was a little bit bigger than most schools in their conference, but you look at Minnesota and Wisconsin, I do not believe they've got a lot of Division II schools. So a lot of the Division III schools are built like Division II schools when you're talking about enrollment and you're talking about facilities and you're talking about budgets, right? But the conference pretty much said, look, you got to go. Like, you got to go.
So why did the WCC did do that to Gonzaga? They had to leave on their own.
you got to go. This is Division III. The Tommies made the jump from Division III to Division
That's
I
incredible.
in 2019, and here you are in 2025. They're already playing for the conference championship last night. They're not eligible for the NCAA tournament due to the transition rule that JMU, we had this conversation about JMU, I believe, last year, when they were in the top 25 and can they play for the national and all this good stuff, and everybody was up in arms, and you got the transition rule. You know, for JMU, it was a little bit different. You go from 1A or that FCS to that FBS, right? Mm-hmm. But take a look at the backstory of the Tommies, man. But here's what kind of disturbs me. If you know a team is ineligible to play in the NCAA tournament, why are you allowing them to play in their conference tournament? I do not understand this. And they're like, well, you know, you got to give the kids something to play for. No, you don't. No, you don't, because you're only taking a spot away from somebody else. And then last night, Omaha, of course, the trash can. Get ready, Suave. Going to see a lot of trash can celebrations with Omaha, which is a very good team. However, you got a conference championship last night, which Omaha already knew they were punching their ticket. They already knew because St. Thomas is not eligible. So even if the Tommies won last night, they could not represent the Summit League. My question is, why are you allowing them to even play in the conference tournament? I don't understand that whatsoever. Make great story. If you guys get a chance, check it out. Phenomenal story to go from Division III to Division I and be in the conference title game in literally 4 years, which is what they did. I just don't understand why you would allow them to play in a conference tournament. I just don't.
Steals a bid.
That's what I mean.
It keeps another team from getting
well, an opportunity to get it.
Yeah.
You're not taking that bid, but you're taking away an opportunity for somebody else in the Summit League to possibly get in. So, look, a lot of good stuff to get into today. What else we got going on today? There's Suave that we're going to hit on. What do we got going on today?
Man, I'm just like right now, Johnny D, I think Aaron Rodgers is following his father. Yeah, we're going to talk about Aaron Rodgers coming up after the break. Also, we got what's trending in sports. And Jay Wills, he got disrespected by Fox Sports. And we're going to talk about that on what's trending in sports. Also, Santa Claus Hour. Our own Cowboy resident, the one, the only. Open that scroll of excuses. That's right.
We're going to have to talk about Hank offline. This is getting a little bit out of control on social media, man.
I think I know you're talking about.
A little bit out of control. Why are we talking about Dak Prescott on a Sunday evening with all these other moves going on in the NFL? It's always about Dak. It's always about Dak. It's always about Dak. It's just getting a little crazy. Just saying, man. It's getting a little nuts.
Maybe he's on a program to get a quarterback in the Cowboys to get rid of Dak. I don't know. I mean, hey, he just loves Dak Prescott, his favorite quarterback. But also, we got the best thing we saw for the weekend, the worst thing we saw for the weekend. And at 8 o'clock, like I said before, me and J-Lo, we talk about the Commanders all the time. We're going to give these mic to Johnny D. We got the Bills Minute coming up in the 8 o'clock hour.
We don't need to do a Bills Minute. I'd rather do a minute on Zach Ertz.
Did anybody really believe that? Yeah, we're not going to talk about that. So, But more's coming up to everyone, man. This is the Morning Drive. This is an Overreaction Monday. It's a great Monday because NFL free agency is exploding at noon. Trades coming in. We're just showing you right now the NFL is still king. Like I said, but coming up after the break, Aaron Rodgers is a possible following his father. We're going to tell you who his father is. Coming up, it's the Morning Drive.
Fox Sports 1310 Traffic.
This traffic update is brought to you by Bank of America. Expect heavy traffic heading west on 564 between Terminal Boulevard and Bellinger Boulevard. An accident on 64 westbound is causing heavy traffic between Chesapeake Boulevard and Military Highway. We're starting to see some backup on 64 eastbound crossing Hampton Roads Bridge Tunnel. And be aware of closures on the ramp due to construction from Bainbridge Boulevard to South Military Highway. I'm Elena Vegso on Fox Sports 1310.
James Catato tells us tonight there's a new team making new noise in the USL2 scene on the other side of the water.
Something special is brewing inside the walls of the Virginia Beach Sportsplex.
We're not here for moral victories. When we're on our day, we're a legit team.
See the stars of the future in pre-professional action at the Virginia Beach Sportsplex. This combined season ticket special is for men's and women's. That's 15 games for just $100 for adults and $80 for youth. VBU has a brand new women's team that competes in the W League. Soccer fans, it's time to rally behind Virginia Beach United. Tickets are on sale now. Visit vbunited.com. Don't miss out on Virginia Beach United.
As a banker at Town Bank, we believe that people bank with people, not with banks. You're looking for an actual personal relationship, and that's what you get at our bank. You get that person that gets to know you, gets to know your business, is there for you. I think that is what motivates us, what drives us. And the idea that we are trying to serve others and enrich lives, I think is very true.
Hi, this is Wayne Williams of Williams Deloach. I'm an experienced personal injury attorney, and I hope you don't need my services because I certainly don't like to see people injured on a daily basis. But in preparation for that unfortunate situation, your insurance coverage is very vital to your case. Give me a call today. I'd be happy to discuss your insurance situation for you and your family. That's the most protection you have, and you want to have that ahead of time.
Well, it's everybody's favorite time of year again. Time to prepare to make your annual donation to that infernal revenue service. And if you're like me, you need help. Help to keep that donation as small as possible. You need John Maynard. PFP, LUTCF, EA, all those initials behind his name mean he's qualified to work on your taxes. He's an ATA, accredited tax advisor. He's an ATP, accredited tax preparer. He's a fellow at NTPI, the National Tax Practice Institute. And if all that weren't enough, he's also been voted the best of Norfolk and the best of Virginia Beach awards. John Maynard has been professionally trained in tax preparation and representation. He brings to the table over 30 years' experience in federal and state returns. He delivers personalized, one-on-one service, and he's a certified electronic filer. The IRS likes electronic filers. So get off your W-2 and call John Maynard at John's Tax Service, 455-6763.
At Atomic Wings, we prioritize real chicken with fresh, all-natural, never-frozen ingredients, all packed with serious flavor. Order from over 15 awesome flavors at atomicwings.com.
BEL.com. That's Babbel.com.
This is The Herd.
Wow, 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 wow.
With Colin Cowherd.
The Lakers have lovable Luka, and the Lakers have always understood this, and the Clippers in their growth and their ascension don't understand this. It's not just about having a star. It's about, in Los Angeles, having the right star. This is not Indianapolis. This is not Orlando. The right star.
This is The Herd. Weekdays from noon to 3 on Fox Sports 1310. Live from the OVM with Annie Mac Home Mortgage Studios, it's the Morning Drive with Johnny D on Fox Sports 1310 AM and 100.9 FM.
Hey, a friendly reminder on this Monday that the comment box is open on the YouTube page at Cova Sports TV. Hit that subscribe button, hit that like button. Good morning to Hank. Good morning to the Warpath this morning. Warpath talking about Seattle. And at least Seattle's got the great hope of Sam Howell. Forgot about that, right? Seattle does have Sam Howell over there. And the Warpath talking about a shout-out to Pepperdine this morning. Hank, 30-20-20, talking about Nikola Jokic over the weekend.
Yep.
That's ridiculous. I mean, you're going to have to stack check that at all. I watched a little bit of that game. I don't understand the rules of assists in the NBA. You literally can lead a guy. He can take 17 dribbles, a little bit of a one-on-one move, and it's assist. I don't understand it. Hank, of course, these guys play multiple games in a day, and AAU missed me with the excuses. Well, AAU's a little bit different, Hank.
Yeah.
I want to say the effort level at an AAU game is not quite the same as what you're getting at a conference tournament with an opportunity to punch your ticket to the postseason. But if you got a comment, put it in the comment box this morning on YouTube at Cova Sports TV. The Commanders signed another tight end.
Yes, we did.
Over the weekend. I know you guys are excited about John Bates. We'll get to that story here in a second. But real quick, J-Lo, just get it off your chest. Just get it done with.
What is it?
I know you're aggravated this morning. UVA failed to show up over the weekend. I told you, too, if you listen to me, once in a while I do say things that make sense. Yeah, it's about the shooting.
Oh, I told my dad, I said, Johnny really made sense about the shooting. I mean, you saw McNeely, our best shooter, was terrible.
Stunk.
Well, the entire team. Our forwards are really the only reason why we put up as many points as we did. Our guards were just so bad. They're terrible. But yeah, no, I mean, we played bad. I mean, I tried to tell y'all. I thought UVA would win the game, but I didn't think it'd be like you were saying by like double-digit points. I thought that was crazy. So it was a bad game. The coaching search is instilling. I know you're talking about it at the pregame. There's a lot of names circling in my mind right now. I don't know which one specifically. Are you talking about the guy at VCU?
That's correct,
Ryan
my friend. That's right, old
He's-
Ryan Odom.
Wait.
Ryan Odom is the latest
What do you mean,
candidate.
wait, Suave? We've been chasing him not all season.
But this is the same guy, I think, a few months ago when y'all was going in saying that VCU should not be over UVA. Is that the same head coach?
Yes, that's the same head coach.
That's the guy.
I like
That's
the
the guy.
idea. But
Isn't it amazing?
I just don't
couple of
know.
months ago, you didn't like him.
No, it's not. I
you didn't like him.
Nope, I tell you every time. It's not that I have disrespect for VCU. It's just my opinion was UVA was the better program. Regardless of the situation, I wouldn't hate that. I just don't think I don't think he's going to do it. I think he really likes being at VCU because of the fact that he doesn't have to deal with the football program. He doesn't have to share the NIL and stuff. It's just the basketball over at VCU. So that's kind of what I hear, but I don't know. But that'd be cool. But anyways, it's ACC tournament time, and I'll tell you what. Of course, I'm never going to root against UVA, but God, I really wanted them to have a lower seed than what they got. They got the 9 seed. And so the way the ACC format is the 8-9 game. They get the first round bye, but then if you win that game, you go straight to Duke.
Yep.
So
you go straight to Duke.
So even if we do beat Georgia Tech in the first round, it's almost a guaranteed third round exit.
Yeah.
So
Hank has chimed in. VCU is stepping stone. Date Odom's son. Yep. That is
that's
correct.
right.
So obviously he's been around the ACC. Dave Odom, a longtime coach at Wake Forest. And Ryan Odom might be a perfect fit for the Cavs. Yeah, that breakdown of the ACC tournament is going to be interesting. Who's Syracuse have? I don't even know.
So
Syracuse, I saw they had a winnable game.
It is a winnable game.
Depending upon what Q's team shows up. And if they win, I believe they've got SMU.
Yes, they got a winnable game. They're the 14 seed. They play 11 seed FSU at 7 o'clock tomorrow. And then if they win that, they get 6 seed SMU. That'll be a 9:30 start, by the way. So good luck with that.
Yeah, I'm not watching that.
And then they're also, if they win that, they go to Clemson, who has a double bye. So
let me make this comment about Duke over the weekend too. I told you Duke was going to roll.
Yeah,
they were going to roll.
That was a fun game to watch.
Hubert Davis. If I'm North Carolina, and I like Hubert Davis, I really do. And Hubert Davis knows more about basketball probably in his pinky than I do in my entire body. With that being said, Hubert Davis needs to be fired at North Carolina. I don't understand. And I think social media talked a little bit about this on a Saturday night. I don't understand how you have a player of the year candidate pick up 3 fouls in the first half at Cooper Flag, right? 3 fouls in the first half.
It was huge for UNC at
right?
the time.
Yeah.
That's the only reason Carolina stuck around in the first half.
Yeah, because they couldn't play Cooper Flag. Or he couldn't be aggressive.
Cooper Flag was out. Shire brought him back in. He picked up his 3rd foul on an offensive charge, which was a great play by North Carolina.
Absolutely.
And then in the second half, Carolina ran an offense that not once, let me take that back. I remember one time in the entire second half that actually put Cooper Flag in a position to have to play defense.
Yeah, I know. It was bad. I was wondering that. I'm like, when are they going to just attack the paint? Just attack the paint.
It wasn't even about attacking the paint. All they did was a little ram screen up the middle, a little middle ball screen action. Cooper Flag is guarding the guy in the corner. Not once did you roll that guy up to put him in a pick and roll situation or anything. And it just allowed Cooper Flag to be in a help side position the entire second half where he took over. I mean, look, Hubert, you got a lot of smart people you surround yourself with on that bench. I find it hard to believe that not one person said, hey, coach, Flag is just sitting in the corner with 3 fouls early in the second half. We got to go at him. Yeah. We got to go at him. And Carolina gets blown out by Duke in the second half. And Duke, I don't know if the AP Top 25 is out. Probably going to be the new #1 team of the country.
Absolutely.
Since Auburn fell over the weekend. I will say this about Bruce Pearl, though. I give a lot of credit to Bruce Pearl. He sacrificed the game against Alabama to get his boy Broome the player of the year. Because the dude had 28 shots against Alabama. The guy had 14 in the first half. And he ended up with, 34 or 35 over the weekend. He was like, man, we are going to outduel Cooper Flag. I'm going to get my man the player of the year. This is how we're going to do it. I'm going to run everything through him. Everything. And the SEC are entertaining games. No doubt about it. But I'm looking forward to this week. Great week. Great week of college basketball.
Fun week. Even if it's not the big NCAA tournament, the conference tournaments, even with, like you said the other day with the mid-majors, it's awesome seeing these smaller teams just getting the opportunity to punch their ticket. So it's always a lot of fun seeing the championships and seeing it. And also, that bubble watch is getting real tight, and UNC is going to have to root for no bid Steelers. That's for sure.
UNC is going to have to make a little bit of a run.
They're going to have to make a run.
They're going to have to make a little bit of a run in the ACC tournament to get in.
Yeah,
that's to me is totally unacceptable. A Carolina team not making an NCAA tournament. You can't have it. Yeah. You can't have it at NC State and North Carolina. Jeez. State of North Carolina is going to be a shock. Also, to add insult to injury very quick, and then I'll get back to you, Suave, because I know you got some storylines to go over. I thought about J-Lo over the weekend because not only after the UVA loss, which I thought about for about a minute, and then I moved on, is you saw that Lipscomb won over the weekend.
I did.
Right? Yeah. Okay. Lipscomb's best player, I believe, played at UVA.
What's the name?
Was it the Joe Anderson kid who could not crack the rotation at UVA, but he goes to Lipscomb, and literally they rode this dude to the conference tournament title and to the NCAA tournament. I think it's the Anderson kid. It's like a 5'10", 5'11" guard. He was phenomenal over the weekend. But just kind of add injury.
I don't really remember him.
Okay, well, you better look him up,
I'm
baby.
looking.
Fact check, Mr. Cavalier. that he wasn't good enough for UVA. But damn if he didn't put that team on his back and carry them to a conference tournament title and an NCAA bid. Good work out of him. All right, Suave, a lot of NFL news, right?
Yes, sir.
To get
Yes,
to?
sir.
What do you want to get to first?
How about this, man? You know, we talked about Aaron Rodgers and the destination he was going to go to. So we say, Giants was a leading candidate, of course, the Raiders, but, Raiders got Geno Smith. You had the Steelers, but we don't know what's going on with Steelers. But here's another team that popped up over the weekend. The Minnesota Vikings. Haven't we? That's why I said, like father, like son. There was a guy, I don't know if y'all know him. He won a Super Bowl. He played a long time in the NFL. His name is Brett Favre. Do you know how Brett Favre started? First, he got drafted for the Falcons. We know about that. He went to Green Bay. He retired. Went to the Jets. He retired. Went to the Vikings. Then retired again. What is Aaron Rodgers doing? Played for the Packers. Went to the Jets. And as a possibility, he may go to the Vikings. Like, seriously. You are following your father, and it's funny to me because why you want to go to the Vikings? Why? Is it because you want to play against the Packers, or is it the fact that you want to play with a good team? Like, what do you think, Johnny? Should Aaron Rodgers go to the Vikings, or should he go to the Giants?
Look, I'm hearing a lot of rumblings about the Giants, which I'm just chuckling at. And I listened to Mike Tannenbaum over the weekend, and he thought, look, Aaron Rodgers, for the most part, played pretty good football last year. He felt in the back half of the year, Rodgers played pretty good football. That one of the issues, or a couple of issues, number one, the coaching change did not help. And number two, you had offensive line issues. Well, you still got offensive line issues in New York. Unless they're planning on making some major waves here in free agency, you still have offensive line issues in New York. I just find it amazing again, man. You're talking about the most important position in the National Football League. The most important position in the National Football League. And the dominoes will start to fall at 12:01 today with a Russell Wilson and a Justin Fields and a Kirk Cousins. And it's Aaron Rodgers that's dominating the headlines once again. The Vikings said goodbye to Sam Darnold, a dude who's 28 years old. Had how many yards passing last year? Had over 4,000 yards passing.
4,000.
Was in the MVP conversation for a majority of the year. Just was bad the last two games. You're going to let him walk out the door for a 41-year-old quarterback if you feel like you're that close. Astounding to me that this dude has still got this much juice when it comes to the NFL. But good on him. It's great content. No doubt about it. I don't think Minnesota's as close as I didn't think they were that close. Look, last year surprised a lot of people.
It did, yes.
They re-signed Aaron Jones, 30 years of age. Not a surprise. You still got Justin Jefferson on the outside. You still got Jordan Addison on the outside. You got a nice tight end situation going on. Minnesota's very good defensively. Is Aaron Rodgers going to be that guy that gets him over the hump? We just had this storyline in New York.
Yep.
We just had the storyline in New York. Maybe it'll be different. Playing at a dome is going to be helpful.
Yeah.
No
Justin
doubt.
Jefferson's a better receiver than Devontae Adams and Garrett Wilson.
Well, better than Garrett Wilson. No doubt about it.
No doubt about it.
So we'll see.
And speaking about Sam Darnold, he's been linked actually to the Seattle Seahawks. So you got the two Sams in Seattle if this happens. So Geno with the Raiders and
That would be
Darnold.
just like Sam Darnold playing for the Jets. It'd be just as much of a disaster.
Yeah, I know receiver DK Metcalf gone, Tyler Lockett gone. So hey, we're gonna see if Sam will be going to the Seattle Seahawks and see how that goes. But I do want to speak about this though because Myles Garrett got his money. He's still in Cleveland. Max Crosby got his money. Still in the Raiders. Jonathan Allen got released. I don't know if y'all seen that. So is it Trey Hendrickson coming to Washington? J-Lo, should we go after Trey Hendrickson, man? I
don't think it's that bad of an idea, honestly, because we got to find somebody. We can't keep losing all these guys. So I think it's a good idea. Obviously, probably one of the best, if not the best, defensive player for the Bengals, and I think he'd be a great pickup for that defensive line. With that being said, we're going to keep having the same conversation over and over with all these guys. When are we going to fill the secondary? That's what I'm really concerned about. And I don't know who we're going to fill it with. I just don't know who. So we got to find a way to fill up the secondary. We've made pretty much all of our re-signs. So either bring in Trey Hendrickson and then find some people in the secondary. You got to find more people in the secondary. I don't know, but it's not a bad. I think I would do it.
And speaking about secondary, like who are the top free agents in secondary?
That's what I mean.
Now?
There's not. It doesn't seem like it's that many great options when you look at it. I'm trying to pull it up now though.
Yeah, I know we talked about last week Darius Slay, but do we really want Darius Slay on our team? And that thing is another one from 49ers. I think it's Jimmy Ward. Or the other guy, somebody, but there's really no big splash in the cornerback. Everything is defensive line edge rusher, which proves the point what Johnny D said last week. Edge rushers are about to get paid this offseason. Myles Garrett got his money. Max Crosby got his money. Trey Hendrickson going to get his money. I wonder who is the next edge rusher that's going to get their money this offseason, because right now they are hot commodities in the NFL.
Well, the problem, Trey Hendrickson, Cincinnati offered him, what, 31 million over the weekend?
Yes.
I mean, you just paid Myles Garrett, what, 40?
40, yeah.
40 plus? TJ Watt's going to be in that conversation soon as well with Pittsburgh.
Yeah.
If you're Washington, can you afford, again, to give one dude $31 million? That's what it's going to come down to. It's going to be more than that, close to 40.
Oh, you know it.
I mean, it's going to be close to 40. I got a feeling that Washington is going to go hard after the not only who's that, Josh Sweat, but the other one. Who's the D tackle?
Talking about Milton Williams.
Yeah. Milton Williams is another one. Because look, what do? You lessen your top opponent in the NFC by doing it. Right? Yeah, you're twofold. Number one, you fill a void, you fill a hole, and number two, you lessen what Philadelphia is able to do. From a secondary, look, you got the Carlton Davis, I think, is still out there.
Yeah, he's still there.
I don't know this for a fact. I didn't see who re-signed with whom. But a DJ Reed is out there. You got a Asante Samuel Jr., right, is still out there. These are guys that are 25, 26, 27 years of age. Christian Fulton is another one. Nate Hobbs, Jordan Lewis. So we'll see. I'm curious to see what Adam Peters does.
Me too.
At a 12:01 today.
Me too.
Right.
That's going to be great.
Hey, a reminder, soccer fans, it's time. That's right. It is time to rally behind Virginia Beach United, a USL League 2 and W League team that plays right here in Virginia Beach. Experience the passion, the excitement of pro-level soccer. Season pass includes women and men's tickets, just $100 for adults, $80 for youth. 15-game package is on sale right now. Visit vbunited.com for season tickets. That is vbunited.com. for season tickets today. All right, what is trending on social media? A lot going on. A little NBA, a little Jay Will in the news, a little Kevin Durant in the news. We'll get to it with Suave. That is still to come on an Overreaction Monday. It is the Morning Drive.
Fox Sports 1310 Traffic.
This traffic update is brought to you by Indeed.com. 2 left lanes are blocked off due to an accident on 64 westbound, causing heavy traffic between Norview Avenue and Tidewater Drive. Heading east on 64, we're seeing some buildup when crossing Hampton Road's Bridge Tunnel, and slow-moving traffic on 564 westbound between Terminal Boulevard and Bellinger Boulevard. I'm Elena Vegso on Fox Sports 1310.
You just realized your
What
business
is
needed
more? Is it more reps, more strength, more stamina? We say it's all of that, but it's greater than just what's in the mirror. It's about improving your mental and physical health. More is a feeling of achievement, fulfillment, confidence. It's looking better, feeling better, being better, and it's our mission to get you there, because here you are more. One Life Fitness.
As a banker at Town Bank, we believe that people bank with people, not with banks. You're looking for an actual personal relationship, and that's what you get at our bank. You get that person that gets to know you, gets to know your business, is there for you. I think that is what motivates us, what drives us, and the idea that we are trying to serve others and enrich lives, I think is very true.
What makes a life a good one? Is it our adventures? Or the friends we find along the way? Is it the challenges we conquer together? Maybe it's the people's lives we touch every single day. So, what makes a life a good one? You'll have to figure that one out for yourself.
Well, it's everybody's favorite time of year again. Time to prepare to make your annual donation to that infernal revenue service. And if you're like me, you need help. Help to keep that donation as small as possible. So get off your W-2 and call John Maynard at John's Tax Service. 455-6763.
This is Fox Sports 1310. Keep up with the trends. Follow us on X at Drive Johnny D or Instagram at Morning Drive Johnny D.
I'm surprised, man. We are 45 minutes into the program today, and Suave J-Lo has not brought up any high school hoops that he attended on Friday night. Normally, he'd be gushing about Green Run
I was going to talk
over
about
the
it later.
weekend,
My best
and
of the
Coach
weekend.
Harris and his boy Cash Jackson that are now besties, which I will make this comment, and I'm sure J-Lo will not agree with it. Woodside did not impress me at all.
No, they didn't.
Gotta be honest.
Their offense stunk. That's what they couldn't score, and their biggest issue, well, one of their biggest issues, why they didn't play up to their potential. One of their best guards, Messiah Will Stevens, silent. He didn't do a thing. He wasn't hitting no shots. Normally, he's a great shooter.
Look at you being a little bit controversial in your sport of choice.
I'm just saying, he wasn't very good. That's one of the issues. They really weren't hitting any shots, and I hate to say it, Silas Barksdale, the VCU commit, I mean, he was really not good either. He had some nice rebounds. He played a little bit of nice defense.
Are you saying he's a bust? Is that what you're saying?
I'm not saying he's a bust. But
Are you saying that VCU is getting damaged goods? Is that what you're saying?
What I am saying is he didn't play up to his potential either last Friday night. I mean, he offensively just wasn't finishing, and defensively, I'd say David Trey Miller from Green Run did a great job at containing him. He may not have stopped him. He contained him.
Secretly, you wanted Green Run to win, right?
Oh,
because that's been your team of choice all year.
Yeah.
You've sort of attached yourself to them, and you feel like if they go on and win the state title, which is, I believe, Thursday up at the Siegel Center, that's also a state title for Jayla.
No, absolutely not. but I'll put it this way. I was happy to see them win. I was happy for Coach Harris because the last time they won it was in 2020. Nobody really got to enjoy it. And then also, it's
They
the same
also
thing.
blew a 20-point lead the year after.
Yeah. And it's the same thing as like when you root against Alabama. Like Woodside, I was kind of tired of seeing them win. I like to see a new team in it.
Look at you. Just throwing strays at Woodside this morning.
I love it.
Just throwing strays.
But it was a great game. Did you watch it on FHS?
I did.
It was
I watched the second half.
Game. Yeah.
And honestly, it was boring. Not going to lie. Not my type of basketball, but I understand what Coach Harris is doing. All right, you got to spread it out. You find matchups. You know that Woodside's guards are a little bit undersized when it comes to guarding Green Run's guards, or particularly their one guard. And that's all they did.
And
by
the way,
spread it out. No shot clock at high school.
Worthless.
Yeah,
that's why we were talking about that earlier.
Terrible. Just absolutely terrible.
Johnny T.
And by the way, before we get off the topic of high school hoops, I want to talk about what Hank commented about the Franklin person. So there's a lot of drama. You probably don't know much about this, Sean. I only know because I have family who lives up there, and my dad went to Franklin. They have a lot of drama surrounding their principal right now, who's like one of the most beloved principals ever, and he's losing his job. And so everybody's kind of rallying. The whole basketball team, all the students want him to keep his job. So they're kind of not protesting, but they're all like against it at the school board.
Why is he losing his job?
They're just letting him go. That's the thing. They don't know. There's no good reason.
No, there's got to be a reason, man.
But basically, everybody loves him. Everybody wants him to keep his job. And then, as if the situation couldn't get any worse, his wife tragically passed away in a car accident the other day. I think on the way to the Franklin game.
Wow.
And so,
why don't you do a little bit of journalistic digging and find out why? I mean, people just do not lose their jobs. There's got to be something behind it.
Well,
not sure what it is.
There's got to be. I really don't know what.
Okay.
But that principal is really beloved there. That's what I do know.
All
So.
right. Well, we will see.
Maybe Hank.
So
has more
yeah,
details.
I think Hank is chimed in. J-Lo getting a green run ring. I think he is.
No.
I think he will. I think he will play, and he's been sitting on the sidelines of green run basketball all year long.
I've only seen like 4 of the games.
That is his team of
That is a lot,
choice,
though.
and I think he's going to try to get one. So it's all good, all good.
Even Warpath chimed in and said that he'll be seeing green run and living.
You can be there,
Thursday.
Warpath. I'll be there.
See, there you go.
I plan on being there.
I did ask on Saturday. I tuned in to Matthew Hatfield,
I saw your
on
comments,
Cova Sports TV. Him and Ed Young. And did Ed ever tackle my topic of the top 5 high school coaches in the state of Virginia?
They went rambling on about it. they had
But they never got to a top 5.
I don't think they had an official top 5. No, they kind of named a lot of different coaches that could qualify. They never had their official top 5.
Look, there are a lot of really good coaches in Northern
it's
Virginia.
unbelievable because you try and name 5, and then all of a sudden you think, oh, well, what about this coach, this coach, this coach?
What about you, J-Lo? What about your top 5?
Oh,
Come on, bud.
I really don't know.
I think you got to come up with a list.
It's
I mean, you're
hard.
already
I would say-
throwing strays already this morning at Woodside. The guy won back-to-back state titles.
No,
he hasn't
they're
lost a
great.
game outside of
Steph?
John Marshall, which was at the buzzer.
Oh, Stephon
but boy,
Welsh is
you're
great.
throwing strays this
Not
morning at
throwing
Woodside.
strays. But Stephon Welsh is great. He just has to have a little more tenure. That's all. I think Dwight Robinson's got to go in that conversation from Lansdowne. He has so many. I can't remember. I think over 400 wins, 300 wins. He has one of those milestones last year. They've had a lot of success in the.
Did you just say
in the
so?
playoffs.
I mean,
Did you really just say so?
Look, that's great. You know how many dudes in the state of Virginia got 500-plus wins?
Not many.
There are more than you think.
It's like 13.
Trust me.
I
That's
think.
a lot.
That's a lot.
Bro,
Yeah.
you're not talking about
but
2.
Think about how many schools are in Virginia.
You're talking about tenures. How long you got to coach and do it at a very high level, right?
Mm-hmm.
You're only playing public school 23 games a year outside of the playoffs. 23 games a year. You can do the math. 500 wins is a lot of wins. You got to be around a long, long time.
Very.
Right? How many wins your boy Coach Harris have at Green Run?
I don't know.
All right.
I really
You gotta
don't.
look
I'm
that
not,
up.
I'm not very good about these numbers like Matt Hatfield is, but I think he's in the conversation. I think while he was coaching, Ed Young could potentially be in the conversation. With that being said, though, I don't know that
Ed
he had enough
Young's
success.
got over 500.
Yeah, he does.
That's what I'm telling you.
But
Ed.
I don't know if he has enough success in the state playoffs for that.
Wow.
But
So you're throwing strays at Ed Young this morning,
Okay.
too. Look at you.
I love Ed. Ed loves me.
You just threw strays at him.
Ed didn't put himself in the conversation.
Well, he's not going to put himself. He's allowed to not put himself in the conversation. You were throwing strays at Welsh over there at Woodside. Guys went back to back. Had what, a
It's just one of
54 game
those-
winning
you
streak?
get
That-
excited to see a new team in the conversation.
Wow. Wow. All right, Suave. I'm sorry, Suave. I took up your
I love
segment.
it. No, you did. This was great. You know.
Wow.
The game was fun on Friday night.
Strays.
I mean, you just want me to do this. You always tell me to be more controversial.
Yes, I love it.
We
I
love
love it. Now I want you to put facts behind your statements.
No, these
That'll
are
be
just
nice.
opinions. These are just
But you can't have you could have an opinion that's great, but you got to justify the
Unless
opinion.
you're talking about the top 5 coaching, yes. No, I have to look more into the stats. As far as, it's nothing against Welsh and Woodside.
No,
I
it
just
is.
like to see someone new.
He got outcoached. You could say
He did get outcoached.
He got outcoached.
He did get outcoached, that's for sure.
one game.
And that's
He
all
got
that matters.
outcoached.
Yeah.
Right.
No, he
Woodside likes to play with pace,
Especially in that second half.
and
Yeah,
Green
they
Run
slowed
has
him
got
down.
no problem pulling it out and moving it around. They got 4 good guards with the big dude underneath.
Yep.
And he's very athletic too. Talking about a
Good
Trey
Trey
Miller.
Miller. Oh, yeah.
So he could come away from the basket, and you got to respect him away from the basket. And all Coach Harris did was find whoever Jackson was up against and said, "Hey, we're going to take you to the rim."
Mm-hmm.
He's got a little bit of an advantage. He's reliable with the basketball. He's not going to turn it over. And the dude's going to hit free throws down the stretch. And that's what he did.
I'll tell you, yeah, those were some clutch free throws because that's what Matt and Ed were talking about Saturday. They were like, the only thing to this game is normally he's not the greatest free throw shooter, but man, did he make some clutch ones down the line.
He did. He did. Suave, we're going to have to push your segment.
Oh,
man.
absolutely.
I'm sorry, Suave.
We'll push your
No.
segment.
Listen,
I'm sorry.
it's all right.
Have you guys come up with a poll question yet today, by the way?
No.
You guys got to come up with a poll question today.
It's so many questions we can ask, man. Of course, where you want Aaron Rodgers to sign with? Is Jerry Henderson is he gonna be the highest paid? It's so many questions. Who's the best high school head coach right now? Like,
I don't even know.
Forget about that.
It's so much.
We're not going to go that direction.
It's so much that I was talking about. That's why I'm sitting back listening like, man, I got to high school sports late. Because going to the Harris game was great. Him talking about the game over the weekend was great. And I'm just sitting here like, man, I can see why everybody loves high school sports so much. And I was like, I missed this right here.
Well, we're going to see. Green Run's got a tough one.
Yeah, Albemarle. And they're
Albemarle is very good.
Yeah, they're very good.
Their coach has been around for a while.
Mm-hmm.
He's another one. Oscar Smith got knocked off over the weekend by, who's that, C.D. Woodson.
Yeah.
Really?
Where
C.D.
his coach has
Woodson.
been around for a long time.
Yeah,
and they're really good.
was bad.
We're really bad.
Wow.
I think it was Green Run who won, and then it was Princess Anne girls.
Yep.
Was that it? I think that was it.
That is pretty much it.
And Franklin boys. Franklin counts.
Yeah, I mean, if you put Franklin in that conversation, yeah.
That's it. Everybody
That's
else, Lansdowne, Oscar Smith. Who am I missing? Whoever Princess Anne beat, which obviously
I don't know. I think Suave, the poll questions this morning, we should take every controversial comment that J-Lo has made and ask the listening audience if you agree or disagree. Do you agree that Woodside's head coach is overrated? According to J-Lo, do you agree with that?
I didn't say all that.
Just all that stuff. Just throw it up there. Tag it to 757 teams, and we'll see what happens.
He will come after. No, he will come after us. He's that type. He will.
Oh, we love it. We don't run from this.
I think he's a good coach.
No,
I
he's a
also
great
think
coach.
he
I agree.
benefits. He's got a lot of talent.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, that helps.
But he's a good coach.
Trust me, it helps. You could have all the X's and O's you want, and creating a culture is a big thing when you're building a program. But it also, you got to have some talent. And there are a lot of teams right now that got a lot of talent. And I think Coach Harris did a good job. Man. I've said this about Green Run. He does a great job every year. His teams get better and better throughout the season.
Yeah.
That is a sign of a very good head coach. Where you are game one, you don't want to be peaking in November, December.
Mm-hmm.
It's when you get into February and March. You want your teams to be playing their best basketball. And I think Green Run is playing their best basketball right now.
Yep.
That's what I believe.
For sure.
All right. So we'll push your segment, What's Trending, coming up in the 7 o'clock hour. We again, Hank, love the scroll. We're going to start condensed until I get a little bit more of a format and just not rambling thoughts from my boy. Because I got to tell you, over the weekend on social media on the X at Drive Johnny D,
Yes.
Say your prayers.
I mean, the thread was just good
Like 30
Lord,
deep.
man.
I told J-Lo, I looked at my phone and I said 20 notifications. I said, ain't that day popular? So I looked on it. Hank. I said, what's going on there? J-Lo said,
Although I
"He's
was
going in."
I was gaslighting a couple of people over the weekend. I was stunned, and I do want to get to this in the show today on people's reaction to the Stephen A. Smith
Oh yeah.
Yes.
and LeBron
Oh,
James,
man.
because he
Yes.
addressed it at 10 o'clock, politically correct addressing, but I felt like it came off as woe is me.
Yeah.
Right? Wasn't me, it was him. I wanted to pick that for him. He did, type of deal. And, I got a reaction to it over the weekend on the X, and people are sort of split 50-50. I got to tell you, there are a lot of people who do not like LeBron James. Period. End of story.
Absolutely.
They do not like LeBron James. There are a lot of people that are like, hey, he was a parent in that moment. He wasn't a basketball player in that moment, right? You come after my kid, I'm going to come after you, right? How would Stephen A. like it if LeBron came after his daughters and whatever they did? Wouldn't like it at all. I'm sure there will be a discussion about that. But I kind of gaslighted a little bit over the weekend, and I got some reaction on the X where I was surprised, stunned.
So basically, you know what we're going to do is that we're going to push it to the 8 o'clock hour. And 8 o'clock is on you, Johnny D.
Okay, that's fine. Let me make a note. Take it to the break. I'm going to make a note.
Yes, sir. So coming after the break, we're going to the second hour. We got the scroll of paint. What's on the scroll? We're going to find out, y'all. It's the morning drive.
Here's a quick weather update from the News 3 First Warning Storm Team.
Good morning, I'm meteorologist Miles Henderson. Look for a mix of partly cloudy to mostly cloudy skies today with a few showers possible. High temperatures in the low 60s. For tonight, we'll see partly cloudy skies with lows in the mid-40s. For Tuesday, more sunshine and a little bit warmer. High temperatures in the mid-60s. We'll see highs in the 60s for the rest of the work week. For News 3, I'm meteorologist Miles Henderson. Have a great day.
And here Here's what you need to know.
The MEAC tournament gets underway this week at Scope Arena. The Norfolk State men's and women's basketball teams will enter as the favorites. The men finished the regular season 21-10 and 11.
For any athlete, making it to the top sometimes comes with a few steps back. That's why parents count on CHKD Sports Medicine, advanced diagnostics, treatment, and rehabilitation for sports injuries, just for young athletes like yours. With convenient locations across Hampton Roads and a whole team of experts here to keep your favorite player at the top of their game. CHKD Sports Medicine. Learn more at chkd.org or call the CHKD Sports Injury Hotline.
Kova Painting. We don't just paint, we transform spaces. Visit kovapainting.com or call 757-550-7357 and mention the Sportsplex for 10% off of projects over $1,000.
What's up at DQ? Oh, just the best deal ever! The $7 Bacon Cheeseburger Meal Deal. Bacon cheeseburger for a limited time, plus fries, drink, and a sundae. Yeah, this is not the time to be modest. It's all full size for just $7. And there's bacon on that burger. The $7 Bacon Cheeseburger Meal Deal. Now, for a limited time on the $7 Meal Deal lineup. Only at DQ. Happy tastes good.
What does happiness mean to you?
Being in the ocean with you, watching you catch super fun waves.
In Virginia Beach, happiness is breaking barriers and savoring the sunshine.
I couldn't pick a better place or a better person to be with. This is what makes me happy.
Happiness is going all out.
And taking it all in.
Here, happiness is whatever you make it. Find yours in Virginia Beach.
I grew up here. I know this town. I know the people here. More important, they know me. As a banker at Town Bank, we become part of the communities we serve. The people who bank with us, our members, know us. When you bank with Town Bank, you'll know your banker. You'll know you can reach us, and you'll know we're here for you.
James Catato tells us tonight there's a new team making new noise in the USL2 scene on the other side of the water.
Something special is brewing inside the walls of the Virginia Beach Sportsplex.
We're not here for moral victories. When we're on our day, we're a legit team.
See the stars of the future in
Cody and Jinx and the Hippies and Cowboys tour. That's right, we got tickets to give away. Cody Jinx and the Hippies and Cowboys tour with special guests Shane Smith and the Saints. August 11th at the Dome. We got one pair of tickets. All you got to do is call the Telecount text line 757-497-1310 or even text 757-497-1310. First caller, first texter, chance to get some tickets to the Cody Jinx and the Hippies and Cowboys tour. It's 7:03. Here's your Fox Sports update. Chef Steph Curry has now reached 25,000 career points as the Warriors beat the Pistons 115-110. Curry, who turns 37 next Friday, surpassed 25,000 with a three-pointer at the 8-minute 32-second of the third quarter. Then received a warm ovation when he was recognized during the timeout with 5 minutes and 42 seconds to go. Also, Myles Garrett now becomes the highest paid non-quarterback player in NFL history, getting an average of $40 million per year, which includes $123.5 million guaranteed money. Also, Rams got their new receiver by the name of Devontae Adams. That's right. He signed a 2-year deal with the Rams, and he was due to account for $38.3 million on the Jets salary cap, which makes it a 2025 league high for wide receivers. So now Matthew Stafford has his new receiver. It's the Morning Drive with Johnny D. Powered by Cold Sports TV, Fox Sports 1310, 100.9 FM, and streaming live on YouTube at Cold Sports TV. Next, it's the Scroll of Fame.
Live from the OVM with Annie Mac Home Mortgage Studios. the official home of the Hampton Road sports fan. It's the Morning Drive, powered by Kova Sports TV on Fox Sports 1310, along with Suave and J-Lo. Here's your host, Johnny D.
Hour number 2 of the program on a Monday. Great to be with you. Johnny D, Suave, J-Lo, the Morning Drive, Fox Sports 1310 AM, the Fox Sports 1310 app. A reminder, follow us on the X at Drive Johnny D. We will have our poll questions up and rolling here in a little bit. And, of course, the comment box is open for you this morning on the YouTube stream at Kova Sports TV. Before we get to the scroll of a Cowboy fan, Hank, we got a lot of football to get to this hour. We will recap a busy Sunday in the National Football League as we get ready for free agency, the legal tampering of free agency, which begins at 12:01 this afternoon. So we'll see what the Washington Commanders are planning on doing outside of re-signing a couple of bum tight ends and a kicker and an old linebacker. Right, we're going to see how the Commanders are going to keep pace with the Philadelphia Eagles. That's coming up here in a little bit. Also, Warpath has chimed in this morning, and I forgot about this. The big podcast is today, Suave, with Skip Bayless and Stephen A. Smith.
I heard that,
Yes,
man.
spectacular stuff. I will be riveted. I will be glued. Look, I'll freely admit it. I'm going to be tuning in. You got me, Skip.
Yeah.
I'm going to be tuning in, and I will be dissecting it. Also, as we mentioned at the top of the hour, the MEAC tournament in town, Norfolk State men and women are a favorite to win it and advance to the NCAA tournament. Congratulations to Robert Jones again. And I want you to take a really good look at Robert Jones, Suave. You know why?
Why is that?
Because what I'm being told, he will be the next head coach of LaSalle. That will be coming up after the MEAC tournament. So get ready. 3 straight, right? 3 straight Coach of the Year awards, I believe. In the MEAC, and Robert Jones has been tremendous. And say bye-bye to Robert Jones. 2 reasons why. Number 1, he's ready to make that next step. And number 2, he's still a little bit bitter about Michael Vick. I'm just throwing it out there right now. He is not happy about Michael Vick coming to town and taking all the headlines away from what he has done with that Norfolk State basketball program. And nobody will admit that coming out of the building. I am telling you what I've been told. Just say.
And as much as I respect Robert Jones, but you gotta admit, man, like, Coach, this is Michael from your Vic, yo. This is Michael Vick.
Well,
like,
you would think about the exposure that it brings as a whole.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
To the Norfolk State athletic program and the sponsorship opportunities and the revenue stream and everything else.
Absolutely.
But basketball coaches, like myself, sometimes become a little bit petty. Right?
Really?
Right? I know it's hard to believe.
Yeah, that's very hard.
Hey, you pipe down over there. Not asking for your input. But it is true. We become a little bit petty. So, and Robert Jones has done a lot at Norfolk State before Michael Vick, and I have a feeling he will not be sticking around after Michael Vick. So the MEAC is getting underway. Tonight is the Sun Belt and Southern Championship. Tuesday, you got the CAA, which Hampton is still involved.
Yes, they are.
The Northeast Conference, the Horizon League, and the West Coast. Wednesday, you got the Patriot League, Southland, Big Sky. Saturday is going to be the MEAC, along with the Big East and the ACC and Conference USA and everything else. And then, of course, you got Selection Sunday coming up at 6 o'clock, which will be a lot of fun. We do know that UVA will not be participating unless they win the ACC tournament, which I'm not sure what the odds are on
Good
that.
luck getting past Duke.
But look, it's
Plus
gonna be an exciting time for UVA hoops. I'm pumped up for the fact that you're going to lose, and Sanchez is going to be out of a job. So you're going to have coaching openings filled at Florida State. They got a former player, I forget his name, coming over from Sacramento.
Oh, yeah, I saw that. I can't remember the
that's
name.
coming in. Then you got Miami. You got NC State. You may have Syracuse. I don't know yet. I think they're going to hold on for one more year, Adrian Autry.
You want him to be fine.
Well, that's because Carmelo's kid's coming to town.
Yeah.
So they got a pretty decent recruiting class coming in. And then you got UVA, where Ryan Odom will probably be the next head coach at UVA, which would just be so ironic after J-Lo trashed them the entire preseason and Ryan Odom had called him a bum and he wasn't a good head coach. and he doesn't even deserve to be at VCU, and he's going to be the next head coach at UVA. It's going to be spectacular. And and guess what? J-Lo will be there front and center for the press conference.
Oh, yes, I will. Absolutely.
Covering it for Kova Sports TV.
You kidding me?
Absolutely, you will be.
So the coach y'all talking about, his name is Luke Lautz.
Yeah, he played at Florida State.
Mm-hmm.
I could have picked him out of a lineup.
You look like Luka Doncic.
He does look like Luka Doncic.
I could have picked him out of a lineup.
He has a J.J. Redick look to him, too.
Exactly.
Yeah, I don't know anything about him.
He was the Sacramento Kings assistant coach.
Suave, it means nothing to me. It's Florida State basketball. Nobody cares.
Yeah.
No, nobody cares. Leonard Hamilton was nice. Nobody cares. Okay. 7-11 on the program. Speaking of nobody caring, joining us right now. We do it each and every day at this time. Huh?
Wow.
What?
Nobody cares, huh?
Nobody cares about what?
Who's coming on right now?
Why would you say that about him?
Well, you said that.
I did not say that.
You speaking of nobody caring.
I said nobody cares, but I didn't talk about him specifically.
Oh, so what you talking about then?
Wow, you just put it out there.
No, what are you talking about?
Just hit the open.
No, okay. Yeah, let's go. We got the scroll.
That's horrible.
Let's fade to black.
2, 1. Time to open the scroll.
About this gentleman, boy, he needs to get a little bit of discipline when it comes to social media. No doubt about it, man. I am so tired of waking up on a Monday morning and my news thread on the X at Drive Johnny D is just flooded with Dak this and Dak that and Dak this and that. And then you got people calling you out about film study. I noticed that on the X as well. It is the scroll of a Cowboy fan, Hank. Good morning. Good Monday morning to you, Hank. How are you, sir?
I'm good. I don't need film study. I watch the game. What I need
know you do.
study for.
We know you do.
Just so we can make excuses for a guy who used to be the highest paid player before the MVP took over.
Can we just call it the look? At this point, can we just call it the scroll of why I hate Dak?
Well,
instead of a Cowboy fan named Hank.
If you'd looked a little deeper, you'd have seen once again it was Tad Prescott posing as Micah Parsons' brother, and I was actually trying to get him on the show. That's kind of the reason why I kept on with the tag. I could have untagged y'all, but I really look. The man said he would come on at 11 o'clock, so I'm thinking to myself, well, they came on at noon for the snow days. Why can't we pull something on at 11 o'clock to get Micah Parsons' supposed brother, Terrence, on the show? So that was basically where I was going with it. But, he cowered it out and said, he not getting up before 10 o'clock. I mean, because, Micah's got him on the payroll, so you don't have any responsibilities. So that's how that all started. That's what goes on. I wanted you guys to see. It's not about the Cowboys. It's about one guy. And that's why I can't stand him. Is all these excuses consistently made for him over bad performances. I could review the Green Bay game. Nobody wants to go over that. But I had our quarterback getting 9 points and giving the other team 14 for that game. That's what I had. So, it's just crap. And I really was trying to get Terrence Parsons on the show. That's why I kept y'all tagged. But look, some of the things I wanted to talk about is you got Robert Jones leaving. You got Michael Vick now coaching. You have Dion, who was at Jackson State. Did y'all see Eddie George is leaving Tennessee State to go to Bowling Green?
Yes, sir. I did see that.
Come on, man. If you're going, look, I don't mind. If you go to HBCU, okay, and you claim that's what you're here for because you want to see, help the schools advance and all that, that's a great thing. That's what I want to hear. Dion left for Colorado, and I get that. But, man, when you're leaving for Bowling Green and you're leaving for LaSalle, I don't know, man. It seems counterproductive to me when you go that route. I mean, what do you think about that, Johnny?
I think it's a stepping stone for Eddie George.
Thing, right? It's only money.
Well, of course it's a money thing. I mean, it's always going to be a money thing, but Eddie George made a lot of money in the NFL. It is a stepping stone if this is what he wants to do. Bowling Green is not a bad gig. It's really not a bad gig, okay? But I'm not going to spend my time on a Monday talking about Bowling Green football, Hank.
I'm not either. That's not the subject. The subject is HBCU, and I thought these guys were in it for that. That's the subject.
Well, that was 3 years ago. That was 3 years ago.
You throwing shade at me and trying to bump it off on Suave. Don't worry, Suave. I caught him, man. He ain't getting away with that kind of mess.
Was it me? Was it me?
Appreciate that. It don't matter to me.
It was not me.
And you pop it off on J-Lo. You tell J-Lo to be a part of the show. Then when he clams up, you crash down.
I don't have a problem with J-Lo. I don't have a problem with J-Lo. I think it's hysterical that all of a sudden he's throwing strays at high school basketball coaches. You know why? I'm going to tell you why, Hank. Because he doesn't have to cover them anymore because their season is over. But during the season, he won't do it.
Oh man, nobody does it. Everybody. That's the whole idea behind sports writers and stuff. You think they're gonna say anything bad about guys when they got access to the team? Of course, that's been my problem. That's one of the first scrolls I ever talked about was people not holding people accountable and actually writing negative things about them because they're afraid they're gonna lose access. So that's part of J-Lo's kind of job, I guess.
That's fine. Look, Hank, since you like J-Lo and Suave so much this morning, I'll just leave. I'll just go. It's fine. Look, I'll put it down. There we go. I'm walking out. I'm out.
Look at this, guys. My boy's hurt.
Take over. All you.
Wow, man. Look at that, y'all. Y'all's fearless leader. He can pop up. He can pop off on people, but people can't go ahead on him. He gets upset. Look at him, man. He's all weak. He talks trash about me before I come on, and then wants to bail because I return fire. I defend you guys, right, from excess hatred, and then look what he does, y'all. Look what he does. He bails on y'all, man. Dang.
He bailed. Hey, we're here now, Hank.
That's painful, man. Yeah, we ain't got no poll questions. We just got Johnny.
Oh, good idea.
Out like,
we got to think of a poll question.
Yeah, we do.
We got poll questions. We got some. We're gonna talk about. We're going to turn his mic off because apparently he done walked away. He ain't coming back. Man, ain't that
That's
something?
Okay. But look, I wanted to say this before we get out of here. For real, Franklin, that lady got killed right up the street from my house, man. And like you guys said, I dug a little because I didn't want to come unprepared. I dug a little into the Franklin situation about the principal because a friend of mine, like I said, works at the hospital out here, and there's been no leaks or no information about what's going on. But I do agree with Johnny. There's something there. You don't if the principal is beloved, you don't just get rid of him for no reason, man. So I don't want to speculate, so I won't. But something's got to be there. Something's got to be there with it. But Franklin, Franklin, the team they got to play is supposedly really good. I think it's George Wythe, possibly. They're supposed to be really good, but I wanted to give a shout out to Franklin. Maybe later this week, you could do the same thing, Suave, and get him kids some highlight, man, on their little shout out this week. That's my what is it when you recommend something? That's gonna be my recommendation for you, buddy. My
absolutely
shout out Franklin Broncos basketball, man, because those kids have been through a lot.
Absolutely, man. And Hank, we thank you for coming up once again. This was a scroll with the Cowboy Hank, and it's like we got a appearance where he get returned. So there you go.
I got a hater.
Segment over. That's all I want to know. This is the segment over now.
I think I got a hater.
No, not at all.
Hey, it means he's listening, Hank.
Not at all.
That's right.
Not at all.
That's right.
Thanks for having Monday, Hank. See you. There you go.
Oh boy, there it is.
We'll do it every time.
We'll see you tomorrow, man.
All right, can we move on now, please? Can we move on now, please? It is the scroll of a Cowboy fan named Hank. Seriously, I got to change the name. I think we need to change the name to the scroll of why I hate Dak. Every single day, there is something on my X account at Drive Johnny D where Hank is just taking shots at one Dak Prescott. Dak Prescott, that's a long time ago now that he was the highest paid quarterback in the NFL. Right. Where does he rank now? Is he third? Is he fourth?
He's third.
He's third now.
Yeah, he's behind.
Hey, look, but it's all said and done. In about 2 years, he's going to be out of the top 10.
Absolutely.
That's the way it's going.
Next one's Lamar.
In the NFL. Did I miss anything with Hank? I doubt I did.
No, you didn't. You good.
We talked about the Franklin situation a little more. That's all.
I got you. And the Warpath says it's pronounced George with.
The team Franklin's playing. He might have said George Wythe or something like that. I don't know what he said.
All right, George with this morning. All right, our thanks to the scroll of a Cowboy fan, Hank. If you missed any of the scroll, check it out on our YouTube page at Cova Sports TV, where you can hit that subscribe button. We appreciate it. Hit that like button. You got a comment, you want to engage with the program this morning, put it into the comment box at Cova Sports TV. All right, 7:20 on the program. Straight ahead, the best thing we saw for the weekend, the worst thing we saw for the weekend. We will get into that. It is a Monday edition. It's the Morning Drive.
Fox Sports 1310 Traffic.
This traffic update is brought to you by True Green. The left lane is blocked off due to an accident on 64 westbound, causing heavy traffic between Northview Avenue and Tidewater Drive. 64 eastbound is also seeing some backup between Armistead Avenue and through Hampton Roads Bridge Tunnel. Slow-moving traffic heading west on 564 between Terminal Boulevard and Bellinger Boulevard, and congestion on 264 between Effingham Street and Berkeley Bridge. I'm Alina Vegso on Fox Sports 1310.
Did you know that the minimum limits in Virginia are $30,000? $30,000 is a lot of money on an individual basis, but if you're involved in a personal injury matter, that's not enough. Here at Williams-Deloitte, we're happy to provide a consultation on the amount of coverage you have in your vehicle. It can be confusing. Not many people understand it. You know you need to have it, but do you have enough? Give us a call today at 757-547-5555 so we can help you prepare in the case of an automobile accident or any other personal injury matter that you or your family may find yourself in.
For any athlete, making it to the top sometimes comes with a few steps back. That's why there's CHKD Sports Medicine. Advanced diagnostics, treatment, and rehabilitation for sports injuries, just for young athletes like yours.
What's up at DQ? Oh, just the best deal ever. The $7 bacon cheeseburger meal deal. Bacon cheeseburger, fries, drink, and a sundae. No time to be modest. It's all full size for just $7. Right now at DQ. Happy tastes good.
Well, it's everybody's favorite time of year again. Time to prepare to make your annual donation to that infernal revenue service. And if you're like me, you need help. Help to keep that donation as small as possible. So get off your W-2 and call John Maynard at John's Tax Service. 455-6763.
As a banker at Town Bank, we believe that people bank with people, not with banks. You're looking for an actual personal relationship. And that's what you get at our bank. You get that person that gets to know you, gets to know your business, is there for you. I think that is what motivates us, what drives us. And the idea that we are trying to serve others and enrich lives, I think is very true.
What makes a life a good one? Is it our adventures? Or the friends we find along the way? Is it the challenges we conquer together? Maybe it's the people's lives we touch every single day. So, what makes a life a good one? You'll have to figure that one out for yourself.
After more than 50 years of innovation, AstroTurf still leads the way. The inventor of artificial turf does it all, right here in the USA. We engineer, test, manufacture, and install the world's most innovative fibers and turf technologies, with over 30,000 tracks and fields worldwide. AstroTurf, powered by Sport Group.
Mike Harmon. Weeknights 10 to 2 a.m. on Fox Sports 1310. The new home for the Hampton Road sports fan. It's the Morning Drive with Johnny D, Suave, and J-Lo on Fox Sports 1310 and Cova Sports TV.
Yeah, the best thing we saw from the weekend, the worst thing we saw from the weekend. We will get with the boys coming up here in a little bit. Free agency starts today, or the legal tampering starts today at 12:01. One thing that I will say, Suave, be careful what you wish for. We talk a lot about quarterbacks, right? And quarterbacks picking a destination. And these teams trying to say that if we get a quarterback, we got that opportunity to get over the hump. We hear it every year. All right, we heard it with Aaron Rodgers a couple of years ago. Just kind of quick nugget for you. This courtesy of Sharp Football that I researched over the weekend. Every free agent quarterback to sign a $15 million plus per year the last decade. Okay, these were guys free agency, had an opportunity to test the waters, got a little bit of a bag, got a little bit of a payday. What happened when they went to their teams? 2024, the big one, last year, you remember? Kirk Cousins.
Yeah.
Right, Kirk Cousins, the Atlanta Falcons. How did that work out? Not very good.
No, not good.
2023, you had two of them, Derek Carr in New Orleans and Jimmy Garoppolo in Vegas. We know how that worked out.
Yeah, we know how that worked out.
Nothing in 2022, nothing in 2021. 2020, Tom Brady, Tampa Bay. Yes.
Yes.
Phillip Rivers, Indianapolis. No. Teddy Bridgewater, Carolina.
No.
2019, Nick Foles, Jacksonville.
No.
That's funny, right?
Not at all.
That is funny.
Right? 2018, Kirk Cousins, Minnesota. Nah. They didn't do anything. Okay. Sam Bradford, Arizona. Nope. Case Keenum, Denver. Nope. 2017, Mike Glennon, Chicago.
Who?
And Brock Osweiler in Houston in 2016.
What a
name.
So again, aside from a Tom Brady, teams that saw no meaningful success with any free agent quarterback. So be careful what you wish for. If you're Minnesota, if you're the New York Giants, if you're the New York Jets, Seattle, whoever it may be, more than likely it's not going to work out. How great would it be, by the way, to see Kirk Cousins go back to Minnesota?
Oh, that would be great.
It's honestly possible.
It's possible.
I don't think it will happen.
Could happen.
No, but
Yeah, could happen. What do we got here on the chat box this morning?
Recruiting.
Talking about recruiting, right? Warpath are talking about recruiting, talking about Angel Reese, Hank is. I'm not talking WNBA right now. Talking about Isla White. That man recruits. I can't support cheating in high school sports, according to Hank. Look, everybody recruits in high school sports. They do.
Yeah.
Some are very open about it. Some are not. I know over the weekend there was some back and forth regarding John Marshall.
Yeah.
John Marshall recruits.
That's something else.
Somebody brought up a point. Nobody's complaining about the other sports. Women's basketball, soccer, everything else at John Marshall. That's great.
Nobody cares.
Basketball should not be in that division. Period. End of story.
Yeah.
So if you got a comment, put it into the comment box.
Did you see Hank's other one?
No, which one is that? Did FC recruit? We tried. There's a difference. You can try to recruit all you want. Yeah, right? You try to recruit.
That's what I told them.
Well,
all schools recruit. Every private and public
They do.
school recruits. Now,
They do.
whether they have success or not, that's a different story. The teams that have more success as of recently will have a better success recruiting. It's just not the way it is. That's why Maury will be dominant until McCain leaves, basically. Kings Fork will be good. Oshkosh Smith will be good. Ocean Lakes has a history of recruiting there.
Yeah.
But
What was that coach from last week that kept saying that at least we tried? Or we kept saying that he was like, we tried our best. We were talking about it last week. I was like, Johnny D, you should go ahead and start saying that. We tried our best.
Well, the difference is a lot of these schools in high school have academies now, right?
Well, yeah, they have like the IB Academy. Or
You got the
STEM
IB Academy. You got the International
That's why
Academy.
Oscar Smith has the IB.
You've got the Math and Science. So the
School of
academy becomes that little caveat or that liaison to get kids to come to your school.
And that's legal. That's
It
a
is.
legal way of doing
Absolutely. Look, you got to go through the process. You got to take a test or an essay or whatever it might be, and they got to push you through the pile. And some coaches are very smart about taking that application and putting it at the top of the pile instead of buried in there with 50 other ones. So,
That's brilliant.
you know what I mean?
Yeah, that's brilliant.
This is what happens. All right, 7:30. Best for the weekend, the worst for the weekend. There's Suave.
Oh, man, Johnny D, this weekend has been legendary.
Legendary.
It's been legendary.
There's a
man.
word.
Yes, because let me start with the bad. So CBS Sports reporter Lisa Byington, during the USC and the UCLA game, she made a comment when Juju was at a free throw. Now, one of the big things we know was happening in LA with the fires and the whole tragedy. Some things I know you want to make content. I know you want to put have something great to say, but some things you should not say because it's still sensitive. You want to know what I'm talking about? Well, here's CBS Sports Lisa Byington with Juju at the free throw, and listen to what she said about Juju and the UCLA team. Take a listen to this.
Juju Watkins has caught the women's basketball world by storm. Certainly lit the world of Los Angeles on fire. And this rivalry has renewed.
Again, look, I'm not going to put her feet to the fire. No pun intended.
I was going to say pun intended.
You know what?
Yeah,
I gotta give you that.
At some point, though, seriously, at some point, you know what she's talking about. I mean, you know what she's talking about. I don't think she's trying to be insensitive. I just think it just, again,
but
right over her head.
It hit the media so for people going in and saying, hey, making all the fire cliches and she's on fire for LA. I mean, so many people. Yeah. This is why the internet is undefeated when it comes to certain things, because that comment, people will go crazy.
This poor lady, too. You couldn't pick her out of a lineup. I don't know who Lisa Byington is at all. So hopefully it'll just go away. And I got a comment for Hank, by the way. I think Juju Watkins is just as good as Caitlin Clark.
Absolutely.
I got to put it up there.
Absolutely.
Is she better than Caitlin Clark? No. She's just as good. Not a better passer, not a better outside shooter, but I think overall game, she's right up there. She's spectacular.
Didn't she just pass Caitlin Clark the most points?
No, not even close. Come on, man.
I could have sworn she
did maybe at a certain... like by her sophomore year or junior year or anything else. Hank says nobody cares about Juju. They're not going to move WNBA games to larger arenas to see Juju. She's not a draw. Didn't say that, Hank. Did not say that, bro. Again, just relax. It's okay. Caitlin's still your girl. I totally understand that. What I'm saying from a basketball perspective, she's just as good skill-wise. Okay? It's okay.
Okay.
Relax. RELA.
That's right there, man. All right. So basically, Juju, she passed Caitlin Clark for it says second most 20 points games. So she passed her for that one.
Suave. That's not even close.
I mean,
come on, what do we do?
I was just looking because I saw her name put with Caitlin Clark.
Move on to their next one, please.
So the next one is we talked about. Let me get my paper right here. So ESPN Plus broadcast, there was a college basketball game between Coastal Carolina and Eastern Carolina. And at times they'll show people what they're doing in the stands. Well, this one lady got caught in 4K, 8K, 16K, everything.
Ultra HD resolution.
All of that. Because you know what she did? She took a selfie, Johnny D. Not of her face, though. She took a selfie of another body part, and the commentator, when they saw it, they were stunned. It was basically speechless. So let's hear exactly what they said. And for the viewing places, let's see exactly what she did.
Selfie time for some, looks like some Chanticleer fans. Yeah, Chanticleer supporters.
So right now she's taking the picture and
oh boy,
boom!
There you go.
Selfie.
There it is. Yes, they are not reading glasses. That's spectacular stuff right there.
Man, that was
for those that are listening audience only, she decided to take a selfie of what she sits on. Okay? That's what she took a selfie of. Very attractive young lady, by the way. No doubt about it. So she could put that out there for the world to see, and I'm sure people will pay top dollar for it. But that's what she decided to take. Obviously, the game was not competitive at that point, that she had to take a butt selfie. Good work out of her.
Good work out of her.
I would take a butt selfie, but it would take 2 photos to take a butt selfie.
Well,
there you go.
Well, I would need a panoramic view then. The ones you got to go slow around. That'd be for me. And my best thing that I seen was the head coach of SIUE, Brian Barone. He gets his first ever NCAA tournament berth, and he did it with a framed scissors. He just behind that, he put the framed scissors up there. It is a tribute to veteran players who didn't get a chance to get the NCAA berth. But it was just a celebration. Everybody was, happy. Players was crying. He went to the commentator table, and he just basically just like I'm great, but he calling everyone around. He's yelling. I said, congratulations to Coach Brian Barone, your first ever NCAA tournament berth. Congratulations for that. That was my best I've seen in the weekend.
All right, J-Lo, any best, any worst from the weekend though was?
I have a couple bests. I really don't have a worst. It was really a good weekend despite me being a little bit under the weather. So if I had to choose a worst, there you go. So my best from the weekend, number one, going to college basketball. Leonard Hamilton, we were just talking about him a little bit. Kind of a feel-good moment. His final home game, regular season game, being the coach of FSU, got his 200th ACC win. So congratulations to him. They won it over SMU, which is kind of an upset victory, 76-69. So there you go. And then obviously just the entire college basketball slate was phenomenal. Alabama, Auburn, Duke, UNC, Kansas had a fun one as well. That was a really good game. So that was also all very good. And then also, I already talked about Friday night. The high school basketball, Woodside Green Run was phenomenal. And then a mix of Saturday and Sunday. Don't make fun of me for this. It's not NASCAR this time. I took in some soccer, some good soccer Saturday and Sunday. So Saturday was, I don't know if you guys have seen the Sidemen charity match, where basically it's all these like YouTube creators who come together and these popular like Gen Z celebrities who all came together and do this soccer match. Great game, by the way. Went to penalty kicks. You had a phenomenal. It was a good game, whatever. And then Sunday, for those of you who don't know, I watched the Premier League. I'm an Arsenal fan. Watched their game with Man United. They drew, which was kind of sad, but it was a very fun game to watch. It was two unbelievable goals, a crazy save at the end. It was a lot of fun. So those were all my best. I just had a fun weekend of just watching good TV, really.
I ain't gonna lie, I love, and the guy you talking about I Show Speed, he did the Ronaldo celebration.
Oh man, he did the Sue.
Yeah,
it was unbelievable.
That was great.
It was very loud too. And then did you see the sketch save?
Yes, I did.
Oh my goodness, unbelievable goalkeeper.
Do you know the Ronaldo celebration, Johnny D?
No, I do not.
The Sue.
You know the Sue?
I can't.
No.
I can't do it here. You need like a lot of space to do it.
No, you don't. No, you don't. No.
Yes, you do. You need to run. You need to get a running start. You need a running start.
Yeah.
You're having my camera.
Yeah. As y'all can see right here, this is.
Look, anything. Let's preface this by saying this: anything you got to do to pull up your pants before we start cannot be a good thing. So please do not hurt yourself.
You gotta run and then you gotta.
Oh, okay. I know what you're talking about now.
And the whole crowd shouts, "Sue!"
I got you. I did not realize he's still playing. How old is this dude?
Oh, he's up there. He's like, yeah.
So the next is going to be the MLS, correct?
Yeah,
the next stop?
the MLS is the retirement home now.
Absolutely.
Got Lionel Messi in
That's
Miami.
where soccer players go to die.
That's right.
Is the MLS.
The trenches.
Okay. Gotcha.
Yeah, so that was my weekend.
Johnny D, you got anything?
I think I brought it up in hour number one. Look, North Carolina, Hubert Davis, I got a lot of respect for what he's done as a player, as a coach, but the lack of adjustments being made by North Carolina in the second half of that game against Duke, which, by the way, was a game that if you were able to pull it out, you are not sweating it out come Selection Sunday. You're going to get that quad one win that you needed. To make no adjustments whatsoever in the second half to attack Cooper Flagg, who's got 3 fouls to start the second half. Mind-boggling to me. And I am looking forward to today. I want to get on some of the Carolina fan chat boards just to see what people are talking about. That's number one. And number two, I reposted this on our X account at Drive Johnny D. The high school track runner, did you see this? Who got attacked with a baton
I did see this.
in the middle of the relay at the VSHL Class 3 State Indoor Championships up at Liberty. I don't know if it was over the weekend or not, but it was on the second leg of the 4x200.
Yeah.
And we'll have to talk to Larry Rabama about this on Wednesday because he's a big track guy. But this girl literally smacked the you-know-what out of a runner as she was passing her on the outside on the final stretch.
Yeah, that was
Clubbed
terrible.
her in the head.
I'm not trying to laugh.
Clubbed her in the head.
Suave, this isn't a laughing matter, man.
I know.
It's crazy. I saw the video. I don't know if you saw it.
Kaylin Tucker was on the second leg of the 4x200 relay at Liberty University when she got smacked in the head, suffered a concussion, and potential skull fracture.
Yeah.
Quote, when we got to the curve, she kept bumping me in my arm And when we got off the curve, I finally passed her, and that's when she hit me with a baton. The girl's mother said neither the runner nor the coach apologized for the incident. It is unclear if Trucker will file charges.
I don't even think that girl should be allowed to run ever again in VHSL.
It's crazy.
She should just be suspended. That was crazy. The video was so bad. It looked so intentional. There's no way that's on accident.
What do you mean it looked intentional? It was intentional.
That was crazy.
Baton, like come on,
Smacked her in the head. Are you kidding me?
No, that was bad, though. I saw that video.
Oh, my.
Yeah, a couple of nuggets from the weekend that was. All right, reminder that this segment of the Morning Drive is brought to you by the fine folks of
MillersHomeComfort.com.
That's correct. Locally owned since 1978. 40 years of serving the comfort needs of Hampton Roads. Heating, cooling, plumbing, electrical. One place to go is
MillersHomeComfort.com.
All right, straight ahead, we will open up the entertainment page. Suave will return. It is a Monday edition. It's the Morning Drive.
Fox Sports 1310 Traffic.
This traffic update is brought to you by True Green. The left lane is blocked off due to an accident on 64 westbound, causing heavy traffic between Northview Avenue and Tidewater Drive. 64 eastbound is also seeing some backup between Armistead Avenue and through Hampton Roads Bridge Tunnel. Slow-moving traffic heading west on 564 between Terminal Boulevard and Bellinger Boulevard, and congestion on 264 between Effingham Street and Berkeley Bridge. I'm Alina Vegso on Fox Sports 1310.
True Green. Get a golf course quality lawn for less than you think. Sign up at truegreen.com. That's TRUgreen.com. True Green.
For any athlete, making it to the top sometimes comes with a few steps back. That's why parents count on CHKD Sports Medicine, advanced diagnostics, treatment, and rehabilitation for sports injuries, just for young athletes like yours. With convenient locations across Hampton Roads and a whole team of experts here to keep your favorite player at the top of their game. CHKD Sports Medicine. Learn more at chkd.org or call the CHKD Sports Injury Hotline.
Kova Painting. We don't just paint, we transform spaces. Visit kovapainting.com or call 757-550-7357 and mention the Sportsplex for 10% off of projects over $1,000.
What's up at DQ? Oh, just the best deal ever! The $7 Bacon Cheeseburger Meal Deal. Bacon cheeseburger for a limited time, plus fries, drink, and a sundae. Yeah, this is not the time to be modest. It's all full size for just $7. And there's bacon on that burger. The $7 Bacon Cheeseburger Meal Deal. Now, for a limited time on the $7 Meal Deal lineup. Only at DQ. Happy tastes good.
What does happiness mean to you?
Being in the ocean with you, watching you catch super fun waves.
In Virginia Beach, happiness is breaking barriers and savoring the sunshine.
I couldn't pick a better place or a better person to be with. This is what makes me happy.
Happiness is going all out.
And taking it all in.
Here, happiness is whatever you make it. Find yours in Virginia Beach.
I grew up here. I know this town. I know the people here. More important, they know me. As a banker at Town Bank, we become part of the communities we serve. The people who bank with us, our members, know us. When you bank with Town Bank, you'll know your banker. You'll know you can reach us, and you'll know we're here for you.
James Catato tells us tonight there's a new team making new noise.
I know you're going to be excited about this. Some breaking news coming out of D.C. this morning. You ready for this one?
I'm ready.
All right, grab your pen.
I got it.
So we mentioned John Bates got a 3-year deal from the Washington Commanders, re-signing after an 8-catch season. figure that one out. Well, obviously, the blocking side of it is,
of course, yeah, definitely.
Why you've got him in there. We mentioned Zach Ertz is re-signing with the Washington Commanders. The Commanders have agreed to a 1-year deal with Tress Way. Sources are letting us know, bringing back the 2-time Pro Bowler for his 12th year.
Yes.
Let's go.
That's good.
The face of the Washington Commanders.
He is.
It's not Jaden Daniels.
Absolutely not.
It is Tress Way.
You know it. One of the most
Absolutely.
legendary mic'd up segments of all time against the Eagles a few years ago, man.
Yes.
It's unbelievable.
Oh, Tress Way.
2-time
Pro Bowler, by the way, 12 years. He is the face of the Washington Commanders.
You're dang right.
Even Wolfpack chimed in. That's right. Tress Way
That's
is
right,
back.
baby. Tress Way is back.
Yes.
For the Washington Commanders. I think we're all set right now. We're ready to roll in Washington.
We got the culture.
Although, did you see, I think it was earlier this weekend. Why did we re-sign, Saint Gonzalez, I think
That's
it was?
correct.
Yes, we did.
Why?
You don't need a kicker.
But this we talked about earlier when
I'd
we
like
did
to
that
argue.
segment between him and Austin. They were with Zane.
Hopefully we'll probably pick up another guy going into training camp and they'll battle it out, I'm sure. But
Maybe you could draft one.
we've never had a good kicker. When is Washington going to get a good kicker in my lifetime, Suave?
I don't know. Put it out there. Find out who's available out there. What
Probably
kickers are
nobody.
available out there?
I mean, there's been the
that you
guy,
wanna bring in?
what's his name? The YouTuber, Suave. You know him, I'm sure.
Yeah, does the YouTuber?
Yeah, he was the kid who got kicked out of college.
You don't want you to think about what you're just saying right now. You're talking about bringing in a YouTuber to kick for the Washington Commanders.
Dude, he's unbelievable. He's a kid who was an unbelievable kicker in college. He got kicked out because he was doing his YouTube thing because this is pre-NIL.
Okay.
He was going to the NFL, and now no team wants to take a chance on him. If you look at his, he's unbelievable.
Man, I'm just sitting here thinking what Johnny D just said. I'm trying to think of our best kicker.
I don't know. The UFL kicks off when in a couple of weeks?
Yeah.
There you go. Go find a kicker in the UFL.
I think the best kicker in my
That'd be
lifetime for
perfect.
Washington Suave was Kai Forbath, and that's terrible.
That is terrible.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I would say John
Dustin
Hall.
Hopkins was good for a year. That was it.
But then he leave us and got better.
And yeah, he was better with Cleveland.
Yes. Oh, that's a good question. Well, let's move on.
This Johnny's a little
Why
upset with
don't
this
you put
conversation.
it up on the poll this morning? Who is the best kicker in the history of the Washington franchise?
Mark Mosley.
I mean, I hope it would be Mark Mosley.
Mark Mosley. I remember back in the day, Chip Lowmiller. Remember him?
You got free agency starting at noon today, and you clowns are talking about kickers.
What about, let's say the
about
the
kickers.
best kicker in the 2000s era of the Commanders. How about that?
Okay,
so we'll throw.
You guys have that conversation.
But look, we got Warpath. He chimed in and he said Akers, Sweezer, Hopkins. And yes, they leave and become successful. Thank you, Warpath.
So what are these options, Suave? Dustin Hopkins has got to be up there.
I mean, of all time,
number
one
just in the 2000s.
2000s. So yeah, we got
Kai Forbath.
Kai
maybe?
Forbath. We can put up there. We'll put up there Joey Sly.
I guess we have to. This is terrible.
Exactly.
This is awful.
Yeah.
Jeez.
Yeah.
Joey Sly, and then we need one more.
We'll think about it. But
I don't know. Let me know when this segment is over, please.
No, because we about to go
transition.
Yeah, we transition right now.
No, I'm not transitioning at all.
No, I said
I want to see you two work out of this one. You started talking about kickers. You're going to end it talking about kickers. I want to see you work out of this one.
People like listening to about kickers.
No, they do not.
Everybody
No,
put in
they
the
do
Telltale Talk
not.
text line or put in the YouTube chat.
Yeah,
yes or no,
please.
do you enjoy talking or listening about kickers?
There you go.
Chris blew it.
That's right.
That should be our poll question. Do you enjoy talking about kickers?
Put it up on the poll this morning on the X at Drive
Oh
Johnny
yeah, I
D.
remember Chris blew it. Yeah, because he blew
Yeah,
it.
he blew it.
He blew it. Yeah, I remember that.
Blew it.
Exciting stuff, though. The Commanders re-signing punter Tress Way ahead of free agency. That's being confirmed by JP Finley of NBC Sports up in D.C. on a 1-year deal. No-brainer. You bring him back. You take care of that position. Nothing else to worry about. 12:01 hits today. I am curious to see what Adam Peters is going to do. Coming up next hour, we'll break down a little free agency, who is available. We'll talk about the quarterback situation, the first domino to fall for the quarterback situation. Keep an eye also, just very quickly before we get to the entertainment page. There is a lot of conversation going on with Justin Fields,
Yes.
possibly re-signing with the Pittsburgh Steelers. Now, apparently, Justin Fields wants to test the free agent market just a little bit, just to see what the feedback is out there before he makes a decision. 4-2 as a starter at Pittsburgh before they went to Russell Wilson, right?
Mm-hmm.
So a lot of people feel like Justin Fields is going to be that guy. However, there were some interesting nuggets over the weekend on AX talking about DK Metcalf going to the Steelers is a brilliant move. Why? Most yards in a season of DK's career. Who was his quarterback?
Geno Smith.
No. Most yards in a season.
Russell Wilson.
Russell Wilson.
Yeah.
Most touchdowns in a season of DK's career.
Russell Wilson.
Most wins in a season of DK's career.
Russell Wilson.
Who should be the quarterback in Pittsburgh?
Justin Fields.
Justin Fields. Right?
Yeah.
Keep an eye on that. That's very interesting. If I'm Justin Fields, that's going to be the second time I got snubbed by Pittsburgh for Russell Wilson. Just sign me up for the Jets right now. Just sign me up for the Jets right now. 7:50. It is time once again for the entertainment page.
Want to know what's happening outside of sports? Here's what's trending in entertainment with Suave.
All right, welcome back, y'all, for another What's Trending in Entertainment with your boy Suave. And we got a couple good ones. Let's go ahead and start with yesterday was March 9th. So for all my hip-hop heads, we already know that was the anniversary of the death of the notorious B.I.G. So, he died March 9th, 1997. And, his best albums, of course, was Ready to Die, Life After Death. His biggest songs was Juicy, Big Papa. So, yesterday everyone just gave a tribute to him. March 9th, 1997, telling their best songs from him. What they consider him the GOAT for a lot of people, the best rapper of all time. So we just want to just give a remembrance to the only Christopher that we acknowledge is Wallace. So once again, it's 28 years ago. Rest in peace to the notorious B.I.G. And one main reason I really love Biggie, because he never shied away from what he is and what he was. Like, one of his lines was, "Hard thought black ugly as ever. However, I stay coochie down to the socks." He made you feel.
Whoa.
What?
What was that again?
It was one of his lines. He said, "Black ugly as ever. However, I stay coochie down to the socks." He's basically he tells you yeah, I got a lot of flaws, but I'm still fresh. He made you cool to be yourself.
Okay.
And that's one thing a lot of us love. Hey, he had a lazy eye. He's a big guy. He was black, but he was look, I'm still fresh. I still can rock it.
He is the reason Suave is himself, Johnny.
Hey, he's one of the reasons. I'm not gonna lie. That's why I say, Biggie was one of my favorite rappers growing up. I love the Ready to Die album. That was one of my favorite. So March 9th, 1997, he died. It was 28 years ago. So we just want to remember Biggie Smalls for that. And like I said, we did lose a big pillar in the hip hop community 28 years ago. Now, this story right here, it made me think of you, Johnny D. And I'm going to tell you why. So basically, what happened over the weekend, Denzel Washington, in a short video, Washington was seen arriving at the Ethel Barrymore Theater in Manhattan, New York City. And he was approached by a woman who asked for his insight into how actors struggling to find work and get a foothold in the industry. Now, rather than brushing off like many would, Washington invites her into the stage door and tells the woman to put the phone down so he could talk to her. So we have a video of it, and I'm gonna tell you why I thought about you, Johnny D. And I honestly, I love it. Denzel, you are the man. I give all respect to you. So here's a video of what Denzel did for this lady who's struggling to get into the acting world. Let's take a listen to this.
Actors that's fighting out here to get work.
Come inside it.
Huh?
Come inside it.
Oh my God!
Put the phone down.
Oh, no, Trinidad.
Trinidadian. Why are you crying, girl? I'm regular people, just like.
See, the reason I thought about you, Johnny D, and I'm going to tell you why, and I know you probably it doesn't mean anything, but a lot of times when you try to get into an industry that you really, really love, many you go talk to somebody. Someone would do the little, I'm bigging you up and push you away, or, hey, I did this and you should do that. But there's very few who literally take the time and be like, well, come talk to me, come chat with me, come be with me, come watch me. So when I saw this, I thought about, okay, Johnny D is known. Let's be real. Let's keep it 100. He is known And the fact of the matter is, this show right here, me and I know J-Lo too, we've been trying to get to this industry, for me especially, for a long time. So when I see a person who use what they got and say, well, come with me, I'll show you the ropes and follow me and be with me, and I help you and I broaden you out to eventually you get on your own, you get your own thing. That's special for someone like me and for others like that, because it's literally free. It's literally the good thing to help the next generation out. You did your thing. You known. You travel. So there's nothing wrong with helping the next person get up and say, look, I did this. I went through this. This is my experience. So what I'm going to do is, while I'm in the position I am in right now, I'm going to help you out. And you never know how much that can help someone out, because you didn't brush them off. Denzel Washington is known throughout years of being a great actor. So for you to say, come with me, put your phone down, I will teach you, help you out. And like I said, I thought of you, Johnny D, because you've been around since the 90s. Nope.
Whoa, man. You didn't have to throw that one in there.
Well, you've been around.
Everything was really cool until that last moment, bro. And then you just ruined it.
Good job, Suave.
You just ruined it.
But that just showing.
But you get what he's trying to. The message he's trying to send, and I agree with you.
Yeah,
it's really. I mean,
Doug
Denzel.
Golley, you ain't been around that long, but you know.
Boy.
So, but
Old Doug.
like I said, I just thought of you, and I was like, and I just said when I seen that video, I said that's why people deserve their respect, their flowers, for people who actually take the time out of their day, take the time out of their life, and say, I'm gonna bring you with me and help you out. And people get that type of, they deserve their flowers, their credit. So when I seen that story, I said, I'm gonna put this up, because I'm gonna say, Johnny D, once again, you may not think it's much. You may not think it's a lot. You may say, you that's fine. But I'm gonna say, thank you. I'm gonna say personally, thank you for bringing me on this show, bringing my man J-Lo as well. Thank you very much for saying, I'm gonna take these two guys that I don't know nothing about, and I'm gonna bring them on the morning drive.
Well, obviously, Hank does not agree with you, because he commented in the comment box this morning on our YouTube stream at Kova Sports TV. Why isn't Johnny leaving? That's what he wants to know.
Great leeway.
Good work, Hank. Great stuff.
Y'all two, you know what? Y'all two are like Grumpy and Grumpy, whatever that movie was.
Hey, I want you to get to the final one, because this was pretty funny. Talking about Saturday Night Live.
Yes.
Do we have time to get to this?
Yes, we do. Yes, we do. So, of course, what we talked about last week, Charles Barkley versus Kendrick Perkins. And basically how Kendrick Perkins was loving NBA, loving Lebron. Now, he saved it. SNL, they just couldn't resist. Kenan Thompson, he came on and he portrayed Kendrick Perkins. And for your listening and viewing pleasure, we're gonna play basically a minute of Kenan Thompson being Kendrick Perkins. This is awesome. Yep, there you go.
That's great.
So hey, we just love SNL for that, and I know Kendrick Perkins did chime in, said not again. So it was all in fun. But that does it for the second hour. Coming up next is the Power Hour, and we're going to dive more into the NFL free agency. Also, Johnny D is going to talk about the Buffalo Bills with his Bills Minute. This is coming up next. It's the Morning Drive.
Here's a quick weather update from the News 3 First Warning Storm Team.
Good morning, I'm meteorologist Miles Henderson. Look for a mix of partly cloudy to mostly cloudy skies today with a few showers possible. High temperatures in the low 60s. For tonight, we'll see partly cloudy skies with lows in the mid-40s. For Tuesday, more sunshine and a little bit warmer. High temperatures in the mid-60s. We'll see highs in the 60s for the rest of the work week. For News 3, I'm meteorologist Miles Henderson. Have a great day.
James Picciotto tells us tonight there's a new team making new noise in the USL 2 scene on the other side of the water.
Something special is brewing inside the walls of the Virginia Beach Sportsplex.
We're not here for moral victories. When we're on our day, we're a legit team.
See the stars of the future in pre-professional action at the Virginia Beach Sportsplex. This combined season ticket special is for men's and women's. That's 15 games for just $100 for adults and $80 for youth. VBU has a brand new women's team that competes in the W League. Soccer fans, it's time to rally behind Virginia Beach United. Tickets are on sale now. Visit vbunited.com. Don't miss out on Virginia Beach United.
As a banker at Town Bank, we believe that people bank with people, not with banks. You're looking for an actual personal relationship, and that's what you get at our bank. You get that person that gets to know you, gets to know your business, is there for you. I think that is what motivates us, what drives us. And the idea that we are trying to serve others and enrich lives, I think is very true.
Hi, this is Wayne Williams of Williams Deloach. I'm an experienced personal injury attorney, and I hope you don't need my services because I certainly don't like to see people injured on a daily basis. But in preparation for that unfortunate situation, your insurance coverage is very vital to your case. Give me a call today. I'd be happy to discuss your insurance situation for you and your family. That's the most protection you have, and you want to have that ahead of time.
Well, it's everybody's favorite time of year again. Time to prepare to make your annual donation to that infernal revenue service. And if you're like me, you need help. Help to keep that donation as small as possible. You need John Maynard. PFP, LUTCF, EA, all those initials behind his name mean he's qualified to work on your taxes. He's an ATA, accredited tax advisor. He's an ATP, accredited tax preparer. He's a fellow at NTPI, the National Tax Practice Institute. And if all that weren't enough, he's also been voted the best of Norfolk and the best of Virginia Beach Awards. John Maynard has been professionally trained in tax preparation and representation. He brings to the table over 30 years' experience in federal and state returns. He delivers personalized, one-on-one service, and he's a certified electronic filer. The IRS likes electronic filers. So get off your W-2 and call John Maynard at John's Tax Service, 455-6763.
At Atomic Wings, we prioritize.
This Fox Sports 1310 update is brought to you by
ConFest 2025. That's right. Join Fox Sports 1310 a.m. for ConFest 2025 at Mount Trashmore in Virginia Beach on Saturday, April 12th from 12 noon to 4 p.m. ConFest is a free pet and family-friendly community event to help bring Hampton Roads together for a day full of positivity to support local nonprofit organizations and fun. There will be food trucks, bounce houses, games, live music from Snap Bar Jones, and a special performance from Nashville recording artist Ryan Larkins, presented by Chesapeake Regional Healthcare. For more information about the event, head over to myconfest.com. That's myconfest.com. Power Hour, here's your Fox Sports update. Hampton University, they defeat Northeastern Huskies 70-65, and they continue their postseason run against UNCW Seahawks tomorrow at 6 p.m. Sunday's game will be, it was yesterday. Sunday's game will be streamed on Flow Sports. Also, Curry, 25,000. He has hit, and now his next remarkable task, becoming the first NBA player to make 4,000 three-pointers. That is crazy. Because he just needs 7 more. 4,000 three-pointers. That man be shooting. And Myles Garrett gets his money. That's right. Becomes the most paid non-QB player in NFL history. And the GM says this. Cleveland to Canton. It has a Hall of Fame trajectory for the Browns. Okay. It's the Morning Drive with John D. Power Court Sports TV, Fox Sports 1310, 1.9 AM, and streaming on live on YouTube, Court Sports TV.
Broadcasting live from the OVM with Annie Mac Home Mortgage Studios. It's the Morning Drive with Johnny D. Powered by Cova Sports TV on Fox Sports 1310.
Tell you what, free agency is going to be a lot of fun. It is going to be a lot of fun. Come 12:01 this afternoon, I am curious to see where the quarterbacks begin to fall. Reports coming out of Pittsburgh this morning, according to Adam Schefter, that Aaron Rodgers is emerging as the top target for your Pittsburgh Steelers at the quarterback position. Oh boy, that'll be spectacular. That would be spectacular stuff.
So, John D, let's take a listen to this.
Mm-hmm.
The top 2 free agency right now are guys near 40 years old. Russell Wilson and Aaron Rodgers.
Yeah, I mean, what's Russ? 36 years of age? 37 years of
37,
age.
Yeah, 37, I think.
Aaron Rodgers. And that just tells you, again, a couple of things. Number one, the NFL draft, when it comes to quarterback play, is not where it needs to be for a lot of these teams, right?
No.
The salary cap is exploding in the NFL. You got a little bit of money to spend. But the quarterback play in the NFL is not that great. It's really not that great when you're talking about there are really typically each year you will get 2 or 3 backup type of quarterbacks that are able to get a starting gig in the NFL. You're not getting that.
No.
At all. Maybe Justin Fields would be considered that backup quarterback. He was sort of a 1A, 1B in Pittsburgh. He did have 6 games under his belt when he started when Russell Wilson was hurt. But man, oh man, you're talking about Aaron Rodgers, Sam Darnold, Russell Wilson, Justin Fields are your big, and Kirk Cousins are really your big quarterback chips right now in the NFL. One thing I will say too, we'll talk a little bit about Josh Allen's deal coming up here in a little bit, but with Josh Allen's deal, the one dude who it really impacts the most is Brock Purdy. Like, I don't know. Brock Purdy is in the final year of his deal, and I know he wants to get that done before the season. And if you're San Francisco, are you all in on a guy that was the 7th-round pick where, when healthy, he has performed, and he's gotten you to the NFC title game, and he's gotten you to the Super Bowl? But are you willing to give a Brock Purdy $50 million plus when it's all said and done? I don't know. I don't know, man. The quarterback situation right now in the NFL is great, but we'll dive into it a little bit more as free agency. It's closer to getting here at about 12:01. Right now, if you're talking about free agency and you're talking about the top young talent, the top older players at premium positions that are still available, I think Milton Williams has got to be number one. Right.
Over Josh Sweat?
I think so. Chris Godwin has got to be number 2. As healthy, is a phenomenal wide receiver.
Definitely.
And as an edge guy, Josh Sweat is going to be number 3. He had a great year last year. Obviously, we know what he did in the Super Bowl. A lot of reports that I read have Josh Sweat going to the Washington Commanders. The question I have with Josh Sweat is going to be, how are you going to overpay to get him? You probably have to.
You have to.
Yeah, because he's gonna get big time.
Right. So if you look at the Athletic, they got a nice breakdown of Tier 1. Those are your Tier 1 type of guys. Do you agree or disagree with Tier 1 type of guys right now? Milton Williams, defensive tackle, Philadelphia. Chris Godwin, wide receiver, Tampa Bay. Josh Sweat, edge rusher, Philadelphia. Agree or disagree?
I agree. Because like I said before, that defense of Philly was just tremendous. And then, like I said, Chris Godwin, if he's healthy, he can be a good receiver for a team, definitely. But I don't know if you have seen this rumor that Joey Bosa.
I forget about the rumor play with his brother.
Yes.
Forget about that. That's not going to happen.
Why you don't think so?
They're talking about money again, man.
Yeah.
You're going to be talking about money. The Niners are going to go out and get a guy who over the last 3 years can't stay on the field. And it's going to want a bit of look. It's not going to happen. It's a great story. Play with a brother. Maybe that'll motivate him. It's not going to happen. San Francisco's got a lot of holes they got to fill. They're not going to bring in a broken down defensive lineman from the Chargers over there to play with his brother. Tier 2, by the way, proven quality players. Maybe got a little bit of flaw. Could be age. Could be something else. Sam Darnold. No doubt, top quarterback on the market. Agree or disagree?
Agree.
Yeah.
Agree? Okay.
That's crazy to say that.
You got Justin Reed at the safety position. You got the Ward kid at the corner position. Khalil Mack is an interesting one as an edge rusher. He's been linked to Washington as well. Somebody linked him to Miami over the weekend. I'm not buying that. Dre Greenlaw, linebacker, still available. DJ Reed, a corner, still available. Jonathan Allen.
Yep.
We got to figure out what's going on with Jonathan Allen. He's still available. Hargrave, Stephon Diggs, talking about a return to Houston.
Okay, let them have it.
Juwan Johnson, Drew Dahlman, Carlton Davis, another corner. So if you're talking about a Tier 2 level, there are some good corners out there and some decent edge rush guys that you could get at pretty decent market price. And then tier 3 guys who are quality but on the declining side, could be age, anything else. Chase Young, remember that name?
He's still around?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Zadarius Smith is another one, an edge guy.
Oh, man.
And then you got Aaron Rodgers, and you got Justin Fields when you're talking about the quarterback position. Hassan Reddick. He's had an interesting 12 months. Hassan Reddick is. Mekhi Becton, the big old guard, right? Out there. Your boy Jeremy Chin. It looks like, I guess, Washington is just going to allow him to test the free agent market unless something happens here in the next couple of hours. But Jeremy Chin, you think so?
I think he's going to come back.
But I think Jeremy Chin is a guy that if they have not done a deal yet, they're not doing a deal. It's one of these where they're willing to be patient with Jeremy Chin, see what's out there, and then if he comes back, you're going to get a little bit of a bargain. That's one of the most difficult things right now for a general manager in the National Football League is going to be patience.
Yep.
At this point, there are guys that you want to be all in on. When 12:01 hits, boom, you got to get them. There are other dudes that you got to roll the dice and you got to be patient and let them go out and see what the market has to offer. Then, hey, are they going to come back and give you the final look? That's what's going to be interesting. DJ Jones, he signed. He was out there, but a 3-year, $39 million, I believe, with the Denver Broncos. Then your boy Joey Bosa. Rasul Douglas is another one who's a corner out there. So it's going to be interesting when we get into the free agency side of it. Daniel Jones is another name, man, where, look.
What?
I'm sorry. You got a Daniel Jones type where, say what you want, he was still a starting quarterback in the National Football League that was in the playoffs. Not but, 2 years ago. He's still, under the age of 30. Big physical specimen. Is he a bad quarterback or did he get a bad deal in New York?
I think it's a healthy mixture.
It's a healthy mixture.
You think so?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. And then Hank did chime in about Chris Godwin had been linked to the Dallas Cowboys. Also Stephon Diggs. But I did see on the X, Hank, if you since you're listening, a bunch of y'all fans were saying, go get Jonathan Allen. I mean, that was one of the biggest things I seen.
Big.
Yes, go get Jonathan Allen.
Hank wants him too.
Oh, hey.
I saw he posted.
Go right ahead. Go right and get Jonathan Allen. Hey, we appreciate him. Just like y'all when they got Alfred Morris that one day.
I'd rather not go to Dallas.
Well,
I don't want to deal with him twice a year.
I mean, I'm pretty sure offensive line could take care of that. I'm pretty sure of that. So we don't have to worry about that.
What is going on? By the way, I did not see this over the weekend, and I'm afraid to ask Hank, so I'm not going to ask Hank. I'll ask the both of you. What's going on with Michael Parsons?
I don't even know, to be honest. I think some fans are split on wanting to trade him, wanting to keep him.
Yeah.
I don't really know.
That's basically what it is. Is they want to be done with him. You got something that says, go ahead and trade him because you can get multiple draft picks, money, and all that stuff so they can help Dallas out by trading Michael Parsons. Hank did bring it up last week. And also Chris Canty brought it up the same as well. That's why he was on first taking from Stephen A. Smith to a bunch of people going after him because he said trade Michael Parsons to bring more help to the Cowboys, more picks, more money to build them up. So that's what's going on with Michael Parsons. People are kind of like split of keep him or trade him to get more for the team.
The problem with the Dallas Cowboys is simply this. If you truly feel like you are not in contention, right, then you trade him.
I agree.
And you try to get some draft capital because he's going to want a bag. And he deserves it.
He's going to be the highest paid non-quarterback.
Absolutely.
He deserves
it.
And he does deserve it.
Yes. Absolutely
You got to get some compensation out of him.
You draw comparisons to him to Lawrence Taylor, you deserve it. Absolutely.
Right.
Because nobody like Lawrence Taylor. That was one of the greatest defensive players of all time.
Honestly, if I'm Dallas, I'm trading him like now. I'm getting compensation now. Get the money for free agency. You start building some young talent. You get a good draft. I wouldn't keep him around because I don't think you're a contender. I don't think you're a good football team. I think you need to do a complete reset.
I don't know what they are. You're talking about a team for multiple years was in the playoffs. They just couldn't get over the hump. And then last year, look, there are a lot of teams in the NFL. If your quarterback goes down, whether you like Dak or not, if your quarterback goes down, you're not going to be in contention.
Correct.
It's just not going to happen.
And besides, he says very close anyway.
Right?
Very close.
But if they are very close, look, you overpaid for Dak, you overpaid for a CD Lamb. If you are this close, you lock up Micah ahead of time. But historically, you showed that's not what you do in Dallas. Now, I am surprised this offseason. They're doing a lot of restructuring, which they should, to try to free up some cap space. And it will be interesting to see who they go after free agency. They will go after a name. You know that's going to happen. You got to get Dak a little bit of help on the outside in addition to CeeDee Lamb. What is going to be going on with the quarter or the running back situation in Dallas? That's going to be a major question mark. You got burned last year. Yeah, you got burned last year with the running back situation and all the conversation about Derrick Henry and everything else. But if you truly believe you are still in contention with Philadelphia and Washington in the NFC, you got to take care of Dak right now, and you got to get a little bit of draft capital somewhere else. Like, you got to figure it out. But it just, I am curious to see what Dallas does, because Jerry Jones just does not do what normal people do. He doesn't. He does it his way, and he's going to justify that that's the correct way to do it. But I am curious to see what they're going to be doing with Micah Parsons. But, hey, look.
Just to hear that is crazy.
Oh, absolutely.
Micah Parsons by himself.
The entire free agent market, we mentioned last week. We knew last week heading into today is when teams got an opportunity to take care of themselves, right? To re-sign, to do your contract extensions and everything else. That's going to free up cap space. That's what you want to do. The guys that you got to keep in-house, that was your opportunity to do it. Then you got a couple of guys that were cut outright that you were able to trade for and get guys to come in. The DK Metcalf happened pretty quickly.
Very.
I am surprised how quick that happened. The Myles Garrett situation, not surprised at all. Not surprised that the dude went out there. He put it out there. He got leverage from all these teams that said they would have an interest in a Myles Garrett tomorrow. That just gave more ammunition for him to go to ownership and say, hey, I do not want to go anywhere. But we all know the real deal. It's not about being in contention. It's about the guaranteed money. He got the guaranteed money.
That's
right?
all it is.
As a Buffalo fan, I mentioned this. I had to see what the Bills are going to do in the offseason to make this roster better. A little bit of cap space. They took care of Josh Allen. Not a surprise. The market had passed Josh Allen from a pricing standpoint. He was 14th in the NFL. He's now number one where he belongs. Him and Patrick Mahomes should be the two top quarterbacks paid in the NFL, no doubt about it. Now it's going to be curious to see what they do. Von Miller, goodbye.
Yeah, he got
You had to go.
Yeah.
Look, there is nobody in a Bills fan base right now that's crying about Von Miller. And he may be back in Buffalo at a cheaper price tag. He was great when he first came over. He blew out the knee, hasn't been the same since. What has he got? 15 sacks in 3 seasons. Not going to get it done at that price tag. So you're saving a little bit of money there. They need to go out and do something special to take care of a Josh Allen and to shore up that defense. Buffalo does. But a lot of teams have got to do a lot of different things. I am curious to see with the Commanders, though, and we made this comment last week. If you want to keep pace with Howie Roseman and the Philadelphia Eagles, what are you going to do? You have got to bring in somebody to get pressure on the quarterback. Got to do it. You got to do it.
Yeah.
But besides Jalen Carter, was there any big names for the Eagles?
Well, we mentioned the Milton kid.
Josh Sweat.
And Josh Sweat. I mean those were the biggest names.
But before the season started, because like Cooper DeJean, rookie, the other cornerback, rookie. Like these guys, Zach Bond, a special teams player. These guys literally came. There was no name. That you had question marks, and look what they turned out to be. So sometimes it ain't always the big names. A lot of times, sometimes it does with the GM. It's scouting. It has to deal with looking at these people, how they play. Maybe they saw something in them that other teams didn't see. Vic Fangio, probably the best defensive coordinator, better than Spags, showed it.
No, stop. We're not going that route. We're not doing that.
So the Super Bowl didn't show it?
No, stop.
Come on.
Stop, man. Stop.
How long was he talking about Vic Fangio the whole entire season? You talking Spags number one.
Vic Fangio had a great game plan
against
Kansas City. Great game plan. He is not the best defensive coordinator in the National Football League.
You still think it's Spags?
It's still going to be Steve Spagnuolo. It's still Spags. All right? It's still Spags. Come on. One game will not dictate what Spags has done over the last 3 years with a unit that has dealt with a lot of injuries and a lot of turnover. Okay? You got an agent Chris Jones and a couple of guys in the secondary. That's it. When you're talking about Kansas City. Spags is still better than Fangio. I give Fangio credit, though, because he did nothing in Miami. They pretty much ran him out of Miami, and he went to Philadelphia. But they hit gold in the draft getting 2 starters as rookies because that allows the Darius Slays to go on somewhere else. So we'll see. Yeah. Look, free agency coming up at 12:01. What will happen with the quarterback situation? What will happen with the Washington Commanders? I am curious to see that. A couple of people have chimed in this morning on the YouTube stream at Cova Sports TV. Hank says, Eagles show what happens when you build a great defense.
Absolutely.
Yeah, they did.
Yes.
Also, Allen, Burrow, Jackson, Mahomes, they all deserve the money.
Jackson?
Can I say this?
Uh-oh.
I know Joe Burrow has been to a Super Bowl, right? Does he really deserve to be one of the highest paid quarterbacks in the NFL?
I think so.
Yes.
You think so?
Yes.
His defense really hasn't done him anything in his whole career.
Gotcha. So we're going to put Burrow up there. We're going to put Lamar up there. We're going to put Mahomes up there. I don't have a problem with that list. Hank also says, I will be so effing mad if we trade Micah. Hey, look, if Dallas can trade Luka, Jerry can trade Micah. Nobody is off the radar with Jerry Jones. That is for certain. All right. Hey, a reminder coming up here in a little bit. I do want to talk LeBron over the weekend. The injury to LeBron James, I'm going to tell you why I'm not buying it. So we'll get into that story coming up here in about 15 minutes. Also, Suave's motivation from Monday and what to watch for tonight. A lot of good stuff still on the table. On a Monday edition, the Tell 'em Kellum Talking text line is open at 757-497-1310. That's 757-497-1310. Reminder, broadcasting live from the OVM Financial Studios here in Virginia Beach. We are serviced by Kellum Mechanical, keeping Hampton Roads families comfortable since 1995. Tell 'em Kellum Heating, Cooling, Electrical. And did you know they also handle plumbing? That's right. Winter is just about over there, J-Lo. Got to get them pipes checked. They could become an issue if you don't. So schedule an appointment today, kellummechanical.com. All right, we'll talk a little Buffalo Bills. I want to get into the LeBron James conversation, though. That is straight ahead. It is a Monday edition, The Morning Drive.
Fox Sports 1310 Traffic.
This traffic update is brought to you by Rapid Radios. Expect heavy traffic heading east on 64 between Armistead Avenue and Hampton Roads Bridge Tunnel. The left lane is blocked on 64 westbound due to an accident between Northview Avenue and Tidewater Drive. Expect slow-moving traffic heading north on 168 bypass between Kempsville Road and 464. And expect bumper-to-bumper traffic heading west on 564 between Terminal Boulevard and Bellinger Boulevard. I'm Elena Vegso on Fox Sports 1310.
What makes a life a good one? Is it our adventures? Or the friends we find along the way? Is it the challenges we conquer together? Maybe it's the people's lives we touch every single day. So, what makes a life a good one? You'll have to figure that one out for yourself.
What is more? Is it more reps, more strength, more stamina? We say it's all of that, but it's greater than just what's in the mirror. It's about improving your mental and physical health. More is a feeling of achievement, fulfillment, confidence. It's looking better, feeling better, being better, and it's our mission to get you there. Because here, you are more. One Life Fitness.
Portco is your local nonprofit organization dedicated to economic empowerment through employment for people with disabilities. We focus on abilities, not limitations, providing on-the-job vocational support. Find your pathway to employment. Contact us or learn more at portco.org.
Well, it's everybody's favorite time of year again. Time to prepare to make your annual donation to that infernal revenue service. And if you're like me, you need help. Help to keep that donation as small as possible. So get off your W-2 and call John Maynard at John's Tax Service. 455-6763.
At Rush Soccer, our love of the game and the community we create doesn't stop when we leave the pitch or when the season ends. We are more than an individual player, team, club, or league. We are a truly global community of athletes, parents, coaches, professionals, and fans. We believe that youth sports and the pathway to a lifelong love of soccer have the power to form deep, meaningful connections that will fundamentally shape our players and those in our community. We believe that what we feel is the key to what we can achieve. Feel the pride. Feel the confidence. Feel the legacy. Feel the connection. Feel the trust. Feel the acceptance. Feel the purpose. Feel the difference. Feel the rush.
At Atomic Wings, we prioritize real chicken with fresh, all-natural, never-frozen ingredients, all packed with serious flavor. Order from over 15 awesome flavors at atomicwings.com.
Them and always free on the Fox Sports 1310 mobile app.
Yeah, great to be with you. The final hour of the program on a Monday. The Tell 'em Kellam Talking text line is open, 757-497-1310. We are hours away from free agency beginning in the National Football League at the end of Mike Tomlin in Pittsburgh. I'm putting it out there right now. Whoa. At 12:01, if the Pittsburgh Steelers go out and sign Aaron Rodgers as your quarterback, mark my words, on this March 10th, 2025, boys, it will be the end of Mike Tomlin as we know it at Pittsburgh.
Wow.
He will retire or get fired in Pittsburgh. It's the Aaron Rodgers effect. I don't know what you're thinking.
Yeah.
I do not know what you're thinking of Pittsburgh. I really don't. Same conversation we had about Mike Tomlin when Justin Fields was 4-2. And Arthur Smith loved Justin Fields. He loved his ability to get out of the pocket, make things happen with his feet. They were very sort of one-dimensional, I would say, with Russell Wilson. But nope, Mike Tomlin made an agreement with Russ. You're going to be the quarterback. Things look great right out of the gate. Then he faded. Get to the playoffs. Do nothing in the playoffs again. Mike Tomlin, man, I love you to death. You go out and sign an Aaron Rodgers, you have just signed your death warrant. It's done. It is done. Right?
True.
Put it up on the poll if you don't mind on the X at Drive Johnny D. If Mike Tomlin signs Aaron Rodgers, will he be fired or retire by the end of the season? Put it up on the poll, please, on the X at Drive Johnny D. Just I'm telling you right now, I do not understand why people are in love with Aaron Rodgers. I really don't. It was great when he was with the Jets. And as a Bills fan, I hope he signs with Pittsburgh. Another team in the AFC I don't have to worry about. Right? There's another team in the AFC that I do not have to worry about if Aaron Rodgers signs with the Pittsburgh Steelers. Okay. I also read a report this morning that you might have a quarterback competition in Seattle. You may have a quarterback competition in Seattle between Sam Howell and Daniel Jones.
Please, no.
Man.
Please, no.
Wow.
Seattle, go get Sam Darnold in, please. Go get him.
Why? If you're Sam Darnold, though, why would you want to sign in Seattle?
Because it's the same reason you said it, the money.
But you got nothing.
Well, like
you don't have Tyler Lockett. You don't have DK Metcalf.
No.
You got nothing.
But what you remember? What you said earlier, it's all about the money. If they can give this man $40 to $50 million, he's not gonna walk away from that.
Man.
It's all about the money.
It's crazy.
Yeah.
It's absolutely crazy, man. He has been around the block. You got a taste of success in Minnesota. Wouldn't you want to go somewhere that continues on, right? Hey, very quickly, let's go around the room. Who won the weekend in the NFL? Who won the weekend with everything that took place this weekend in the NFL?
That's good.
Who won the weekend? And also put that up on the poll this morning on the Exit Drive Johnny D. We'll come up with a couple of options. Is it Josh Allen? Is it DK Metcalf? Is it Devontae Adams and the Rams? Or put another up there. But I'll ask you, Suave, who won the weekend?
You're going to be surprised. I would have said Devontae Adams, but I'm going to go with the Raiders. I think Geno Smith.
You think Geno Smith?
Smith going to the Raiders was a win for him.
Okay.
Because you sit under the tutelage of Pete Carroll, who you had success somewhere with, and you got Tom Brady. You also got Brock Bowers there, too.
Yeah, you do.
So just imagine when the draft comes, who they're going to get and who they're going to put in free because they still got money. So I think I'm putting Geno up there. I think the Raiders won this weekend.
And this gives me more of a reason to think Ashton Genty is the guy that they're going to want to draft. They got to get a running game.
Absolutely.
They're going to get Geno a running game. You could find some value in the wide receiver market of Chris Godwin. Hey, put two and two together. Who did Chris Godwin play with in Tampa?
TB12.
Tom Brady, right?
Yep.
So there is a little bit of familiarity there. All right, what about you, J-Lo?
I think it's going to be Devontae Adams with the Rams, honestly. I think that's just a great option for Matt Stafford to go to, especially since they're not going to be rolling with Cooper Kupp anymore. I think he'll be just fine in L.A., and he'll be able to roll well with Puka Nacua, I think.
Yeah. Hard not to put Josh Allen in that category. Josh Allen's last 100 days, by the way, there, Suave.
Mm-hmm.
He gets engaged to Haley Steinfeld. Very attractive woman, very successful actress, producer. Oh, by the way, he won the MVP, just in case you forgot.
He did?
Yeah, he did.
Okay.
And then he agrees to his 6-year, $330 million contract, $250 million guaranteed. There is somebody on the social media machine who feels like his name is Colin. Colin goes by We Are Sailing. That is his name on the X. I'm going to follow Colin.
Why is that?
Wow. Quote, he's not worth it. You could get Justin Fields for way cheaper to do basically the same thing.
Are you serious?
Wow, Colin.
Are you serious?
You are correct, my friend. Let me repeat this. Colin, he's not worth it. You can get Justin Fields for way cheaper to do basically the same thing. Okay? Yeah. Tatum's World chimes in. Should have won the Super Bowl too, but Goodell can't let his golden boy lose. Okay.
But he did, though.
But he did. Which golden boy? Patty Mahomes?
Definitely Patty. It ain't Jalen Hurts.
He got the MVP because the league felt bad for him. Let's be real. Okay.
Oh, here we go.
That's a Pittsburgh fan. Which, by the way, the guy's name goes by Pickettberg. Awesome. And, of course, you got to get that one guy who chimes in. All that, Lamar is still way better.
Here we go.
Of course he is, man.
Here we go.
Lamar is so much better than Josh. It's not even funny. All right, so there you go. Hey, I do want to get to the LeBron James situation. So did you see the LeBron James Lakers taking on Boston over the weekend? Boston just handed it to him. Game wasn't even that competitive. And LeBron James went down with an apparent groin injury. A grade 1 groin injury, which any of you hurt your groin ever? I mean, I can't imagine J-Lo did anything physically strenuous to get to that point, but maybe you did.
Yeah, I did.
J-Lo, have you?
No.
No groin injuries? Okay. Suave, you have injured your groin.
Yeah, I injured when I was playing semi-pro football one time. It hurts, but it was manageable.
It was manageable.
Yeah, it's manageable.
Okay. How old were you?
27.
Okay. So you were youthful.
Yeah.
You were not a 41-year-old LeBron James.
No.
Hey, grade 1, by the way, is 1 to 2 weeks. A grade 2 is 4 to 6 weeks. The reports coming out of L.A. that he suffered a left groin injury and could be sidelined for weeks after suffering this injury. There are a lot of people, though, on the social media that believe this is a faked injury. That apparently he tweaked it, but they don't buy at all that LeBron James is going to be out 4 to 6 weeks. One person chimed in, said, first of all, he's not really injured. Secondly, the Lakers have the Nets, Bucks, and Nuggets all on the road next, so he might sit those games, but that he'll be back after he misses those. Here's one thing I'll say about the injury. I'm kind of buying into the fact that I think I'm not going to say he's faking it, but I think his timing is impeccable considering the Lakers have 6 games in 8 days. They're in a pretty good spot right now in the West. They're number 2. Playing some pretty good basketball. You've got Luka Doncic there that can take up a little bit of the slack, no doubt about it. And what 40-year-old wants to play 6 games in 8 days? All on the road, I believe.
Yes.
That's rough.
Right? We're going to see how long he's going to be out. But there are a lot of people on social media who think LeBron may be faking it. 2 things I know. Number 1, LeBron is not going to be playing for a couple of weeks. You can mark it down. After the 8 days, he'll be back.
Of course.
He'll be back.
Of course.
Just timing. Coincidental.
This is going dark from social media time.
No, and number 2, Stephen A. Smith is going to go out of his way to kiss his ass for the next couple of weeks.
You really think so?
I think so.
Yeah.
No doubt about it. I think no doubt about it.
I would love to see that because when they played against the Celtics, what's the guy who used to be with the Warriors that he was bigging them
You're
up?
talking about the guy who used to run the Warriors.
Yeah.
God, he was on the search committee too for the Commanders.
Yes, he was.
And name escapes me right now.
Yeah, he was bigging up LeBron. And during that whole entire halftime, what Stephen A. Smith said, all right, we talked enough about LeBron. Can we talk about Jason Tatum, who scored 22 points? Everyone saw that.
I'm telling you right now, Stephen A. Smith will not be critical of LeBron for the remainder of the season. He's not going to do it. He's not going to do it. And there were a lot of people on social media, and I want to get you all's take on this, who felt like LeBron was in the wrong for confronting Stephen A. courtside. Now, granted, we talked about this as we were signing off, and Stephen A. Smith made it a point on his show First Take at 10 a.m. to address the situation. And his whole point was, I wasn't taking shots at Bronny. I was taking shots at LeBron for the position that he was putting Bronny in. And if it was up to me, look, he's got my number. We could talk about this behind closed doors. My personal belief on that is there are some things you should talk about behind closed doors. And I think there are other things when in public, you need to address it, and then you need to move on. LeBron wasn't trying to be democratic about this.
Yeah.
That was a father courtside. That wasn't a basketball player. That was a father who's addressing a dude who apparently knows you, who's got a relationship with you, that you felt the need publicly to trash. LeBron did the same. Did the same right back. I don't have any problem with LeBron did. I really did. He didn't swing at him. It was not a physical altercation. You could tell by the body language he was not happy at all. He got his point across, which was, hey, man, as a father, keep my son's name out of your mouth. I don't want to hear about it again. You got an issue? You come talk to me directly. You don't need to go on your stage, on your First Take, on your NBA tip-off, and make comments about my kid. Right? And, of course, Stephen A. comes across as the woe is me. That look, my intent was directed at LeBron. It wasn't directed at the kid, everything else. You got people on social media going, hey, look, the kid's an adult.
Thank you.
Right?
Yeah.
Okay. Again, you got to look at it from a parent perspective, Suave. If somebody attacked your kids publicly, somebody you knew, you had a relationship with over the last 20 years, are you going to address them in public?
No, because what it makes you look like you were sensitive and you soft with. I understand that's your son, but what he said is not really that bad. He literally said like he want him to, but the position he put him in, go into the G League. Like he didn't say anything that was really terrible. So for you to approach him like that, okay, well, did you approach Jaylen Brown when he said he don't look like a pro? Did you approach him about that? How about you? Did you approach the other fighter that said something about Bronny? But you want to approach Stephen A. Smith, who you look like a kid compared to you. You want to approach him with that. Do what Kobe did. Kobe, when Stephen A. Smith said something about Kobe Bryant, Kobe called him and talked to him, and they did it behind closed doors. So now you did it in front of everybody. So, like I said, okay, bring that same energy to everyone else who said the same thing about your son. Bring the same energy to other NBA players who said the same thing. You don't gonna do that, but you do it to Stephen A. Smith because you know he ain't gonna do anything to you.
I think there's a little bit more to the story.
It has to be.
That's what I think. I think this has been an ongoing thing for a number of years, behind the scenes with a Maverick Carter, with a Rich Paul, and all these dudes in a circle. There's got to be a little bit more to it.
It has to be.
And I think it got to the point where LeBron was acting as a dad, as a parent, and not a professional basketball player. And the whole thing was, hey, bro, you got a relationship with me? You got a problem? You know where to find me, too. You know, Stephen A. wants to say, hey, you know where to find me. It goes both ways. And we know why Stephen A. is doing it, man. It's all about clicks. It's all about content. It's about everything else. I got no problem with LeBron seeking him out courtside and going, we're going to go face-to-face right now. And let's see what you got to say face-to-face to me. Right? I got no problem with it because that's a dad. That's not
pick your battles, though. You picked against Stephen A. Smith, who is not going to do anything. No matter how much hard he talks, no matter how many times he yell on First Take, no matter how many times he yell on his podcast, he's not going to do anything. Now go after a basketball player in the same league as you that literally is on camera saying, I don't think he's a pro. Everybody's seen it. Why you ain't approach him? You seen Jaylen Brown at the All-Star game.
But Stephen A. Smith said it wasn't about Bronny. He wasn't taking shots at Bronny. He was taking shots at LeBron as a father. As a father, as poor parenting, as nepotism, as why are you putting your son in this position? He took a shot at the man about how he parents, not about the fact that his kids should not be playing in the NBA.
What do you think? Johnny D, if I'm sitting at the court side and I'm looking at you like, man, that Johnny D's son don't need to be in the NBA. What you gonna take it as? Why are you talking about my kid not being in the NBA? Why you approach him at the All-Star game? You dapped him up. You should approach him and be like, what you mean my son don't need to be in the pro? Approach him the same exact energy that you approach a 50-some-year-old guy.
I'm telling you, there is more to this story. It seems like there have been multiple instances behind the scenes that have gone on with these two. You're talking about two of the most powerful people in sports today. From a media side, McAfee, you put him right up there.
Yeah.
You're talking about all these people on TV that are getting laid off, all these people in the radio that are getting laid off, yet Stephen A. Smith just signed a $100 million deal to work half the time. Yet there are people in radio and TV getting laid off every single day. And LeBron James, say what you want about him, he has built an empire where he is very influential in a lot of different avenues. I got a feeling they're not going to be running partners when the political campaign comes up in 2028. That's what I got a feeling.
Just to hear that, that's just ridiculous.
All right, hey, look, straight ahead, we're going to close up shop. We've got our Suave motivation for a Monday. I can't wait for that. I'm excited about that, man. And what to watch for tonight. That's all still to come. It is a Monday edition of The Drive.
Fox Sports 1310 Traffic.
This traffic update is brought to you by Rapid Radios. Expect heavy traffic heading west on 64 between Military Highway and Route 17. Looking at 64 eastbound, we're seeing that same congestion between Armistead Avenue and through Hampton Roads Bridge Tunnel. Bumper-to-bumper traffic heading west on 564 between Terminal Boulevard and Ballinger Boulevard. And you can expect delays heading north on 168 bypass between Kempsville Road and 464. I'm Elena Vegso on Fox Sports 1310.
What makes a life a good one? Is it our adventures? Or the friends we find along the way? Is it the challenges we conquer together? Maybe it's the people's lives we touch every single day. So, what makes a life a good one? You'll have to figure that one out for yourself.
What is more? Is it more reps, more strength, more stamina? We say it's all of that, but it's greater than just what's in the mirror. It's about improving your mental and physical health. More is a feeling of achievement, fulfillment, confidence. It's looking better, feeling better, being better. And it's our mission to get you there. Because here, you are more. One Life Fitness.
Portco is your local nonprofit organization dedicated to economic empowerment through employment for people with disabilities. We focus on abilities, not limitations, providing on-the-job vocational support. Find your pathway to employment. Contact us or learn more at portco.org.
Well, it's everybody's favorite time of year again. Time to prepare to make your annual donation to that infernal revenue service. And if you're like me, you need help. Help to keep that donation as small as possible. So get off your W-2 and call John Maynard at John's Tax Service. 455-6763.
At Rush Soccer, our love of the game and the community we create doesn't stop when we leave the pitch or when the season ends. We are more than an individual player, team, club, or league. We are a truly global community of athletes, parents, coaches, professionals, and fans. We believe that youth sports and the pathway to a lifelong love of soccer have the power to form deep, meaningful connections that will fundamentally shape our players and those in our community.
And live on Kova Sports TV.
Hey, a reminder, go to the X at Drive Johnny D. The polls are open this morning. We will update the poll question coming up here in a little bit. That's at Drive Johnny D. Also, the comment box. If you got a comment, put it into the YouTube chat this morning at Kova Sports TV. Hit the subscribe button. Hit that like button. Engage with us throughout the program this morning. Hank is chimed in. Kept the best defensive player in the NFL, Genty, to the Raiders. Browns won the weekend, he thought. We got to put that up there as well. Probably the Browns with Myles Garrett.
Oh, okay, yeah.
I guess.
I guess
the Browns won.
I guess.
I mean, who's the quarterback for the Browns? Do we know? It ain't Deshaun Watson.
Is it DTR?
I've never seen a contract get restructured more than Deshaun Watson's, the guy that doesn't play. Every time I turn around, this dude's contract's getting restructured, yet he doesn't play. It's amazing. Devontae Adams go to the Rams is a really sneaky good move by Sean McVay.
Yes. It's Cooper Kupp. I feel sorry for you, man.
Cooper Kupp. Oh, boy, he burned the bridge in L.A., bro.
What did he do?
Look, I guess he complained a little bit too much. I mean, this was a guy that was an MVP, right?
Exactly.
A couple of years ago.
Yes, in the Super Bowl. Like, what did he do?
I don't know. He pissed somebody off. He really did. Hey, don't look now, but the Rams are in pretty good position. Hate to tell you they're suave to compete with Philadelphia in the NFC right now. They got a good young defense.
Yeah.
They got a running game. They got the quarterback back. They got a good wideout number 1, good wideout number 2, good tight end. Interested to see. I'd have to look it up how many picks they got coming up in the draft. The Rams do, but they put themselves in a pretty good spot in the NFC to compete with Philadelphia. Interesting. We'll talk more tomorrow. Hank is also going to remind me that Bailing Out Loud is on tonight. So to tell my wife at 9 o'clock on TLC, I believe it is, the reality show with the girl with Tourette's.
Yes.
Yeah. So I'll be checking that out tonight. How about that?
At 9 o'clock? Ooh.
Yeah. I'll be up tonight. Look, this time of year, man, I'm going to stay up a little bit later because I enjoy the college basketball.
The West Coast basketball team.
I enjoyed watching.
Especially during the NCAA tournament, you get the late start times.
I enjoyed watching the Tommies play last night, although they fell to Omaha. I enjoyed a little Drake action over the weekend.
Yeah, they got a good win.
Well, you know the backstory on Drake there, J-Lo.
What about
Do a little bit of research on Drake. A spectacular story about a coach who came over, I want to say Northwest Missouri, maybe, Division II team, and brought 4 of his players over. So he had 4 Division II transfers, won 30 games this year.
Wow.
I mean, just a tremendous story about utilizing the transfer portal, not for D1 dudes, but D2 dudes, because they all play together. They all know the system, the chemistry, and everything else. And Drake would have gotten an at-large if they did not win it, but they won the Missouri Valley, and they're heading back to the NCAA for the 3rd straight year. But the second time they've accomplished the feat, 30-3. They beat Bradley over the weekend. Yeah, it was a Division II powerhouse, Northwest Missouri State. The Bulldogs are led by Bennett Sturtz and Daniel Lebron.
Yeah, believe it or not, that guy's also been in the rumors for UVA.
Who's that?
The Drake coach.
Hey, he's good.
There's been a lot of people.
I just, again, though, these guys that for 1 year have success and then they get hired to a bigger, like, can we sit there for a couple of years?
No.
Show
No.
Right.
So just to let you know, the Rams have 8 picks this draft. They have 4 in round 6.
Well, see, that does nothing to me.
I know, but they got round 1. They got 2 in round 3, and they got 1 in round 4.
They have nothing in round 2?
Mm-mm.
Okay.
So like I said, 8 picks.
Well, you're missing round 1. Even round 3. We'll see.
Mm-hmm.
Be a good storyline. So, yeah, I'm going to watch a lot of college basketball this week. As far we see Drake has clinched. Southern Illinois University, Edwardsville. Never heard of him with Brian Barone.
High Point.
No offense. High Point. That's a great story, too. High Point, they rallied. They were down like 10 or 11 to Winthrop, and they won it. They're 29-5. They're making their first appearance in school history. We mentioned Lipscomb coming out of the Atlantic Sun. Did you figure out which player?
There's no players
I'm telling you right now. I'll have to do the research.
Because I looked at Lipscomb's website. They have all the transfers in there and where they come from. I couldn't find anybody that would do UVA.
I thought there was a kid on Lipscomb who could not crack the rotation at UVA.
Could it have been a different team you're thinking about that had a UVA transfer?
I don't think so. I mean, does UVA have a lot of transfers that make an impact?
Not many. There's one I can think about. I'm trying to think of the school that was a lower class school.
Okay. I'll bring it in tomorrow. I'll figure it out, and I'll let you know tomorrow. Are you excited about UVA in the ACC tournament? When do they play tomorrow night?
I'm excited. Yeah, they play at noon tomorrow. I mean,
you're not going down to Charlotte to cover it?
No, I got the show to do. It's not possible to get from here to Charlotte.
You can do it from Charlotte.
That's all right.
Right, get credential. You can be at the ACC
I'm already making
tournament.
a trip later this week.
To where?
To Richmond.
Oh, that's right. You're doing the high school basketball.
Yes, I am.
Oh boy, Cowboys.
Oh boy.
Michael Parsons just reacted to Myles Garrett's sign. He says, "LOL, yo, WTF?" And here we go.
Here we go.
Here we go.
Here we go. If you're gonna pay Myles Garrett that type of bag, what about me? Hey Jerry, what about me?
This is gonna be great.
Right? Come on, Jer.
Yes.
Come on, Jer. That's the best thing that happened to people that are not Dallas fans.
Oh,
Myles Garrett
man.
signing for a bag after Max Crosby signed for a bag, and there's Micah Parsons waiting in the wings. Right? Hey, I'm over here.
I'm here.
And Trey Hendrickson trying to get the same.
What about me?
Yep.
How many Defensive Player of the Years has Micah won?
Like every year of his career.
Did he win any?
I don't believe so.
I don't think he won none.
He's never won one?
I don't think no. Cause this past previous season was Patrick Surtain II.
That's right.
Yeah, and then before that was Myles Garrett.
That's right.
Yeah, I don't think he never won one. Yeah.
Interesting. How can you demand a bag when you're not even recognized as the best defensive player in the NFL?
He's never won it.
That's going to be Jerry's argument. We love us Micah, but I mean, we're going to pay him market value. And market value for a guy that finishes 3rd to 5th in the voting is not going to be at $40 million a year. What's Trey Hendrickson, 30? That sounds good.
Yep. And you
There
know
you go.
Jerry though.
I want me some glory holes.
Yes, he does.
You're going to get him some glory holes. Especially if Micah's traded, there's going to be some glory holes. That is for certain. So should the Cowboys extend Micah Parsons right now, entering the 5th-year option of a rookie contract? You should.
You should.
You should do it early, but you won't. And it's going to burn you. And it's going to be beautiful.
Oh, man.
All right, Suave, what's your motivational speech for a Monday? I'm all ears.
I understand.
Whatever
that.
you got.
But J-Lo, do you
Give
got
me
anything
something.
for tonight? You know we got to end it with it. So J-Lo, you got anything
Do we
for
also
tonight?
want to do poll questions?
Yeah,
we haven't
let's do
updated
poll
them at all
questions.
yet. Today.
Can you update them,
Yeah,
please?
really quick. Our Pacer Payroll poll questions of the day. We got a lot of them. Do you enjoy talking about kickers in the NFL? 60% says yes, they do.
I tell you what, our audience is a bunch of losers. That's
really?
for sure.
No,
you're calling out the
You're
audience?
calling the audience?
Absolutely, man. If they enjoy kicker talk, I'm sorry, but you're losers.
You don't enjoy just
Absolutely
randomly naming kickers
losers.
you can
No, I do not. Not one time sitting around with the fellas did we sit there and go, "Oh man, let's talk about the Bills kickers
Do you remember
outside
Adam
of Scott
Vinatieri?
Norwood." Come on.
Go to the next question.
Talking
Go to
about
the
kickers.
next question,
Spacer
please.
fail
What are
poll
you
question
doing?
of the day. Who was the best kicker in the 2000s era of Washington? Your four best options: Dustin Hopkins, Kai Forbath, Joey Sly, or Graham Gano. 80% goes to Dustin Hopkins, 20% goes to Graham Gano.
All right, next one.
Next one.
Nick is great again.
Okay, so if the Dallas Cowboys traded Micah Parsons, which trade would be the bigger trade, that or the Luka trade? 62.5% goes to the Micah Parsons trade if it were to happen.
Absolutely.
How is that possible?
What?
Luka was a top 5 player in the NBA, and you traded him within the conference.
Nico is the greatest. That's
And
why.
then our man John Erickson replied to it saying the Cowboys are already a clown show. So it doesn't matter whether he's traded or re-signed. The Cowboys aren't winning again as long as Jerry Jones owns the team. There you go for that.
All
Two
right.
more. If Mike Tomlin signs Aaron Rodgers, will he get fired or retire? 100% says retire.
Absolutely.
That'll do it.
That'll do
And
it.
then finally, who won the weekend in the NFL offseason this last weekend? 40.9% goes to Josh Allen getting the bag, 31.8% goes to the Raiders getting Geno Smith, and 27.3% goes to DK Metcalf to the Steelers. No votes for Rams and the Devontae Adams.
What?
Geno Smith.
I told you. I told you.
He's so bad. He's so bad. My God, what is Pete Carroll doing? That tells you how bad the draft is.
Yeah.
That we're willing to make a trade for Geno Smith. Oh.
Gotta love it.
That's phenomenal.
All right, so here we go, everyone. This is the motivation for Monday. This is coming from former. I'm being petty with this one. Former Dallas Maverick owner, Mark Cuban says leaders don't look backwards to condemn what has already been done. They look forward to create a better future. So that being said, I talked about earlier with Denzel Washington. I talked about earlier with Johnny D. If you are in leadership, if you have a position that you know you can impact the future, do it. Stop trying to. I know people like to hold on to what they have. They like to gatekeep a lot of stuff. But as a leader, not a manager, as a leader, you're led by example. Lead the future. You never know. You never know that the person that you're leading could take what you have and take it to the next level. Maybe you got like a business or anything, or you have some type of just anything. Don't be afraid to instill the future. That's what it's all about. Is continue to build, continue to be better. Don't be one of these people that want to hold on to something so long that it gets old and tiring, and then people just don't want to take you serious anymore. Be a leader. Show them the way. Build them up and continue to go forward in your life. And that's my motivation right there for Monday. We'll see you tomorrow. It's a What's Your Take on a Tuesday, and we got a lot for you. This is The Morning Drive with Johnny D. Powered by Coach Sports TV, Fox Sports 1310, Fox Sports 1310 app. See you tomorrow.
Here's a quick weather update from the News 3 First Warning Storm Team.
Good morning. I'm meteorologist Miles Henderson.